right, and welcome back here to the 2018 ALA National Finals. And what a cracking game that one we just had was. And now we turn to the men's with WA taking on Victoria. And I'm joined in commentary here by the South Australian men's head coach, Mr. Brett Howe. Brett, welcome to the commentary.
Thanks, Tony. Good to be here.
And just on the SA boys, they pulled up all right?
Yeah, look, you know, as you know, that the 3 versus 4 game is always an interesting one to play when you really want to be fighting for the championship. So I think the boys are glad that game's over. But no, everyone pulled up all right. And look, I think we got pretty good value from our squad this week. And I think we showed what the future of South Australian lacrosse could look like.
All right, and as we turn to the 2018 men's final here, we see that both WA and Victorian teams coming out onto the field, and the referees out there as well. And we will head down very shortly to hear the introductions of these players and the national anthem. And we look forward to an absolutely fantastic game here. So if you like the live stream before for ALN, get on this one, because this one's just going to be as exciting. And we're looking forward to this immensely. And we hope the next game is as good as this one will be. So we'll head downstairs very shortly.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 2018 Australian Lacrosse Association Senior Championships, game number 2 with the Men's Senior Championship Grand Final. It is my pleasure to introduce you to the players and the officials for this match. Starting off with the officials, head referee, David McRae. First referee, David Campbell. Second referee, Steve McRae. Chief bench official, Kim Panton. And bench manager, Steve Green. Give them a round of applause, please. And starting with the Victorian men's team. Number 1, Sean Aaron. Number 3, James Morrison. Number 4, Jason Bramall. Number 5, Joshua Ardossi. Number 6, Caleb Hall. Number 7, Adam Dobson. Number 8, Marty Hyde. Number 9, Peter Quass. Number 10, Chris Moffat. Number 12, Christopher Plum. Number 13, River Bradley. Number 14, Nathan Bell. Number 15, Lachlan Russell. Number 19, Sean Clark. Number 21, Campbell McKinnon. Number 22, Callan Gibson. Number 23, Timothy Ratchie. Number 27, Pius Bonji. Number 33, Alexander Pike. Number 44, Jeffrey Melsop. Number 66, Alastair Glutney. Head coach, Greg Mollison. Assistant coach, Alan Lua. Manager, Sally Plum. The Victorian team. Now presenting the home team, Western Australia. Number 1, Warren Brown. Number 2, Ryan Spark. Number 3, Brad Goddard. Number 4, Luke Walton. Number 5, Jesse Boland-Curtis. Number 6, Jordan Gillespie. Number 8, Isaac Cahill. Number 10, Ashby Dennis. Number 11, Sam Kozawa. Number 12, Aaron Salter. Number 13, Alex Brown. Number 14, Blair Bentley. Number 16, Thomas Graham. Number 18, Matt Diver. Number 19, Stuart Bentley. Number 20, Cameron Evangelo. Number 23, Mitchell Kennedy. Number 24, Lachlan Water. Number 27, Benji Muxlow. Number 48, Brock Beale. Number 66, Braden Panting. Head coach, Nathan Rainey. Assistant coach, Adam Jory-DeSajor. And assistant coach, Gareth Allen. Team manager, Roxanne Levy. The home team. Could you all please be upstanding for the national anthem?
Australians, oh, let us rejoice.
Okay, and as the national anthem plays there to send us minutes closer to this big clash for the men's title in the 2018 ALA National Championships. And the boys are just getting ready. We will head down very shortly to have a word to potentially one of the coaches. But Brett, your bit of a prediction today?
Oh, look, I think today, from what I've seen from both teams throughout the week, I think the VICs may have too much for WA. I think just across the park they're pretty consistent and a lot of talent in that team. A lot of people that can put a score on the board. So I think the VICs today.
Yeah, look, I've been pretty impressed, but judged by the other game we just had then, Victoria got out to a 7-goal lead in the women's the other day, and WA came back and they turned the tide. So home soil is always something that just spurs you on, and when you're in the final it becomes a 50-50 contest. And while you say I think Victoria have the edge because obviously they beat WA the other day, if WA can get out and put some scoreboard pressure on, they will most certainly get in on this game, and I think if they can put scoreboard pressure on. Okay, so we're just going to head down and speak to Greg Morrison. Just getting a ball there. We're here. What a fantastic game the women's game was today. And now we switch to the men's 2018 ALA National Championship game between Victoria and WA. I have here with me the coach of Victoria, Greg Morrison, and the boys pumped for today.
Oh, they're pretty much up and about, ready for the game, and we've had a good talk this morning, to spend a bit of time together and getting ready for the game.
And if the last game's anything to go by, I think this one is. Who's going to stand out for you today, and who's going to get you over the line?
Oh, look, I'd keep an eye on guys like Campbell McKinnon, Alex Pike, Cal Gibson. All have done very, very well in all games previous, so I think they'll be a standout. Sean Aaron in goal is obviously the Australian goalkeeper, and we expect a fair amount out of him as well.
Well, we wish you all the very best. I know we'll have a beer afterwards, but good luck for today, and hopefully it's a celebratory one.
Looking forward to it. Thanks very much, Tony.
No worries, Greg. Cheers.
Thanks, mate.
And thank you to Greg for giving up his time there at the start of the proceedings here. We really do appreciate all the coaches and staff and members who have given up their time while they have teams to coach. And obviously with Brett Howe next to me, I thank you for doing that too earlier. I know it's a little bit of a timeout with your team, but we do appreciate it as part of the ALN to be able to do that. And as we look forward to the game here, we'll have a look at the teams very shortly. But on paper, and I was up here with Sean Aarons yesterday, WA are really strong on paper.
Yeah, definitely.
As I suppose when you look down the Victorian team, are just as strong on paper.
Yeah.
So maybe we'll scrunch the paper together.
Yeah.
And what we end up with, a big ball of paper and a fantastic game on the end of it.
Yeah, I think, unfortunately, WA have been hit with a few more injuries than what the VICs have, so we'll see how that plays out during the day.
All right, and just to introduce the man of the hour downstairs, Mr. Tim Kennedy is going to be our roving mic down there. So, Timmy, welcome to the coverage. You are the man. A little bit of a technical difficulty there. We'll get that working, but Timmy's just finding out. Maybe we've got a flat battery in the mic. We should have after that last game, because that last game was absolutely fantastic. So we'll kick back down to Timmy in 2 seconds. But the team today, just before we kick down to Timmy, what do you reckon on the Victorian side? Where do they stand out today, Brett?
Oh, look, I think I think Sean Aaron in the cage has just been outstanding in the tournament so far. He's a bit of a brick wall in there in the Victorian goal. So I think if he can carry in that form, that'll hold the VICs in good stead. And obviously Marty Hyde scored 3 last time they played. So let's see if he can match that.
And on the WA side, mate?
Oh, look, I think their midfield's key as well. I think Mitch Kennedy, if he can stand up. I think Lachlan Walker scored 3 against Victoria when they played last time. So let's see how he plays.
All right, and we'll try that again. I think the battery may be fixed in that microphone down there, Tim, so we'll get down to you. Mate, what are you hearing down there on the sideline?
Mate, can you hear me all right up there at all? Am I back?
I love those tones.
Mate, I was going to say, Harley, the man of the day, mate. You've been the man of the week up there, Tony, doing a sensational job up there as the face of the ALN. But, look, mate, everyone's pretty excited down here. It's a cool breeze. It's nice and tepid down here at ground level. Good crowd building, which is nice. And thank God those rain clouds are staying away. So we're certainly thrilled with that. But, gee, it's going to be a pretty exciting game, fellas, isn't it?
Yeah, look, they brought the rain clouds on for you this morning, mate, when you were running around in the black and the whites. And Bretty was up here, and he was down there in the wet, and I was standing up here really dry. So appreciate you guys for running around in the.
Oh, mate, it was monsoonal. I've only just thawed out, so it's nice. But you know what? It's the sun's out, and this is the sort of weather that a game like this absolutely epitomises. I was listening to you boys earlier, and they have been sensational all week, and there's a stack of good Australian players out there, which is sensational to see. So. Mate, I'm pretty excited for this one. It's going to be a ripper.
Yeah, look, as the boys just mosey out onto the park, the starting lineup there, and we've got Aaron's in the cage, and obviously we'll have Sparksy in the cage for WA. Those two guys obviously leading the charge in the Aussie Sharks. Brett, which one of them? You know what, I'm going to say both offences have, sorry, I'll go back on that. Both offences have really good potent power. It may come down to the goalies today, and you know, obviously the Aussie Shark coach is here, Glenn Meredith.
Yes.
He'll be looking at what happens here 4 weeks out.
I think so. He'd be very keen on this matchup. And another thing I will say, if you're the face of the ALN, we're in big trouble.
I need a mask, I think. And but you know what? Hopefully, I've got a better radio voice and a better head. And while you've seen me in a couple of interviews down there, I've just managed to get the solar panel happening there, Timmy. I've said it a couple of times, which keeps me energised. So.
Well, I'm going to take that as a compliment, boys, because I don't exactly think I set the standard very high. So I'm going to take that as a compliment, Heller, and I appreciate those kind words.
Not a problem.
But now on to the real stuff. Here we go. We have the championship game for the men in the 2018 ALA National Championships, brought to you by the ALN. And if you're online, give us a message. What's your tips today? Timmy down there.
Mate, I don't know. I'm gonna have to go to the hometown side. I think it's going to be a day for the black and the gold. I think they might get across the line by a couple.
Howler, quick one.
Oh, I think it's going to be closer than the last game, but I'm tipping maybe Victoria to get across the line.
All right. I'm going with the home side because, you know, it is what it is. And I saw the last game, and we might just get them over the line. So as we get the ball out here, and as we expect, physical early, and a great pick up there. As WA just bring it out, and we kick it out, and he's running it down to X there.
Marty Hyde with a great ground ball there.
What a great ground ball.
You can really only appreciate the speed of Isaac Cahill being down here on the ground, number 8 for Western Australia. He is an absolute lightning rod.
So WA will have the first offence. As kicks it down, we kick it down the back there, and just settling here. As WA just looking to have that little bit of offence.
Tom Graham looking to have a bit of a dodge here.
Tommy Graham doesn't mind a shot. Sean Aaron's going, I don't mind that shot either. And kicks it up to Plummy. Plummy bringing it down the outer side. First shot of the game.
Straight to his stick, unfortunately.
It was, and Victoria bring it down deep. And Victoria will be looking to probably get a score off really quickly here, but they're going to settle in offence. And so for Victoria out there, Quas coming to the field. Plummy with the ball. Morrison with that ball as well. Just kicks it down. So just settling here. And
getting everyone a touch.
Everyone a touch. That's what we like to see. Dossie, who was good in the last game against South Australia, kicking it there to McKinnon. McKinnon starting on the field for Victoria. Dossie just kicking it around, kicking it up to Plum.
Yeah,
Plummy likes his match up here on Panting. Kicks it down again. Campbell McKinnon. And doing some work there. A great
good
defense.
check.
Letting things go at the moment. Sparks come out the cage. He's got 1 foot in, 1 foot out. Looks up the field.
Great clear.
Finds Panting. Panting with a big break. Big body boy now. Panting. And kicks it down there to Isaac Cale, one of the Aussie Sharks, who just says, come on, boys, let's settle it down. And Chris Moffat all over him at the moment as Lachlan Walker just kicks it up. to Goddard. Goddard, obviously the match winner in the SA game in that last quarter, Howler. And as we come down here, Graham again. And Aaron's with another little bit of stick on that, I reckon. And Tommy Graham not shy of coming down that right-hand side or left-hand pipe and pinging a couple. That's 2 for him so far this game, and 2 saves.
Yeah, he doesn't mind a shot, does he?
Doesn't mind a shot at all, Tommy Graham, and I'm sure. And here's Goddard. Goddard would like to get on the board early. He got on the board late against South Australia, but just running him out there. So Panting with the ball.
He certainly is a unit, Panting.
Panting's a man. He's a monster, isn't he?
Just work his way in there.
I saw him go over Keesing. Oh, great turn. Here's a goal scorer from South Australia for the first 10 seconds there. And that really did rip down there from Evangelo. Kicks out there to Goddard. Goddard kicking it up the top here. And Isaac Cale just resetting.
Yeah, WA playing a controlled offence here.
Tommy Graham. Again, razzle-dazzle. I'm going left this time. Looks inside, steps inside. Another shot. That's the 3rd shot from Graham. 3rd shot for WA. And 2 saves for Sparksy in there on the WA side. And Victoria will want to get the ball down the other end. But here we go. Great little move, Walker. And another save there. Save. So that's four shots for 3 saves on Aaron.
Yeah.
Aaron standing up big at the moment, but a really good move there by Walker just to get around the back.
We said Sean Aaron before the game is going to be key for the Vics, and so far he's stood tall.
So Panting kicks it down to Goddard. Back to Panting. Looking up the top here to Evangelo. And he had a cracking shot the other day against South Australia, and I know I brought that up once already, Brett, but that was just to rub some salt. Oh. Tommy Graham stepping inside. Tommy Graham really active, but Plummy.
Good check from
great
behind by
double.
Plummy.
Great hold, though, by Graham. Graham kicks it up to Evangelo. It's opened up here, but Plummy keeps going, and there's plenty going on here.
He's going to have
and
another
he keeps
bite,
going. Yeah. What a great play by Plummy. Plummy really leading this side. Got out there on that defence, and really good to see. And Graham just held up there. And WA with Walker kicking in, nearly a one-hander there by Goddard. And Victoria will pick up the ball there through
Millsop.
And just settle it down, kick it to the runner.
Yeah, great persistence there by Plummy.
Really good by Plummy. That's what you like to see in these games, people standing up early. And McKinnon will bring it into attack for Victoria. And they'll just settle it down through Lawson. Kicks it down the back here. Over to Marty Hyde, who kicks it through to Gibson. Gibson was good the other day. And here comes the bomber himself, Ratchie. He doesn't mind letting one fly. I'm sure he won't mind loosening the hands.
Yeah, no, he's...
And he's picked up Goddard here, so that's probably a good matchup for him.
He's got a bit of a cannon on him, and yeah, he put a few past us during the week.
As Bramall comes to the attack line for Victoria, as Marty Hyde goes about his work. Kicking it down the back there to Caleb Hall. Caleb Hall just working down the back there with Marty Hyde. Marty Hyde looking the other side. Caleb Hall trying to step inside. Doesn't work. Hang on. So that's Ardossi. That's the work. Shot coming across. Sorry, they swapped that up, and the 6 and the 5 look very similar for Victoria here. But Victoria with the shot called. Marty Hyde will get it back. And they will go back into offense again. Bramall kicking it down to Ardossi, who kicks it down to the Ratch. And Ratch is looking at barging through. That's what he does well, but
ran into a brick wall.
Ran into a brick wall. Muxlow there. We've got a flag down here. Muxlow down here. Ratchy down here. I don't think there's too much toward there.
They're just tangled up.
And they're just tangled up. But WA with a break here. Flag down. Great defence. We'll be looking at a shot. Kicks it over to Walker. Walker looks down the back to Goddard.
Move.
Goddard with a shot. Not much angle there, but we've got a flag down here, and that should be on Ratch. And maybe for a hold, maybe. We'll just listen. Yes, I should referee sometimes. Timmy, did you like that call from up here?
Mate, it was nice. It was fantastic. You had just about everything right there.
And
well done.
But we'll leave that to Dave Campbell because he's got more experience than I have with refereeing. And Benji Muxlow really just bulked up there on Ratch, and I'm sure they've seen each other in a few times, apart from the fact that Benji might have been wearing a different colour. And Ratch just sitting in the bench for a 30-second
Oh,
penalty.
great look
And
inside.
a great look inside. And there's the first goal scorer against South Australia, just stepping up for the first goal scorer of here, Cameron Evangelo. He gets on the board just like in the game yesterday, and he'll be glad to be on the board, Evangelo.
Nice little one-timer there.
It was great little look inside, and Evangelo just putting that one away, and Sean Aaron didn't stand much of a chance there. And WA strike first blood in this big final here, and the sun is still shining while there's a bit of cloud around, and it's probably about 16 or 17 degrees. It is a great opportunity to watch some great live lacrosse, either live here if you're around the place to get down, or get onto the ALN, who bring you this magnificent coverage of live Australian lacrosse. And what is better than the 2018 Nationals, especially in the men's final. And the women's game was a cracker. I expect this men's game to be an absolute sizzler, and really good. They're coming out for Victorian Belly.
Nathan
picking
Bell,
up.
yep.
Normally takes the
Here we go.
face-offs. Long stick coming in here. Lachlan Russell.
Unfortunately, the shot didn't have a lot of pepper on it.
And most long stick, but a really good check. And picks up again. Their defenders playing more offense than Melsop, for Victoria. As the two longies just find their way back to their home base. And two longies in attack. I wouldn't have thought that Greg Morrison would have pre-planned that before the game for the Victorian attack. But if it works, it works. As Ratch comes back on the field. Kicks it up here, or Gibbo coming on. Kicks it to Bramall. Bramall just inside. A shot there.
Tried to find the bottom corner.
Which just going wide there from Lawson, and he got a couple the other day.
Benji with the backup.
And Benji Muxlow doing great work here for WA. Drew that foul in the middle, which gave WA possession, and they scored on that. And then obviously great motors, Benji Muxlow, and WA will be glad to have him playing for their state at the moment, but just got the backup. And he is an Aussie Shark, and he's there for a reason. You can see just a couple of those things of why he's there.
Maybe small in stature, but he's certainly got some wheels when he gets up and going.
Oh, look, I've seen him lay some big hits at that frame. And back to Muxlow.
You're just a fan of short guys, I think.
I'm a fan of anyone that's taller than 5 foot, as long as they're not over 5'3".
Yeah.
So WA coming into offense here. And,
yeah, I think if WA, just like that first goal, if they can turn Sean Aaron around and hit the cutters through the crease, could be an interesting day.
Gillespie just kicking the ball over there to Matty Diver, to the goal scorer there in Evangelo. Evangelo kicking it up, and he's found Graham at the top. Graham's obviously driven down there, and Graham looks really switched on for this game today. He's had 3 or 4 opportunities where he's driven down.
He's almost worn a path down
as
that
we
right
see some
alley.
body come on the back. A good defense, but another
hits the
great
pipe.
save. I'm going to give that a save to Sean, because we talked about that yesterday for goalies, and they push you out that way. But that was a rip-snorting shot there.
Here we go, Victoria off
and
to the
Victoria
races.
have got a fast man break. Coming down, looks down the bottom, finds Lawson, kicks over to Pius. Pius just not getting a handle on the ball. Wants to get this one back, as we have playing without a stick, I think, here. And the ball should go to WA. And WA will bring it out here through Brock Beale. And just a chance to settle and send some subs on. As they kick the ball back here through to their goalie, Sparks. And Sparksy says, right, boys, let's go. So Bill just a little bit of a hand signal there saying, look, let's just ease it up. We've got plenty of time to get it down here. Kicks it to Sparks, to Bill. And Bill, good motor there. Obviously Australian player as well. And big body boy, isn't he?
Good K, he's a big unit
and
too.
he wouldn't be upset with coming down there, as we have Koswara just busting through the middle. Walker, this is the one. Great defense.
Thought he was
We've got a flag. We've got a flag there. And Timmy, did you see the height in that flag from Campbell there?
Oh, look, mate, it was stratospheric. I mean, you're looking at one of the best flag tossers in Australia in David Wookie Campbell. It was sensitive. He had a lot of airtime, Tone. Very good.
And I love the fact he's just turned to the Victorian. And we've got a slash there.
Yeah, Greg Mollison's not particularly thrilled with the call that's coming in. Mollison's certainly giving Campbell a penny for his thoughts, but being very, very calm at the moment.
And we can see them both on screen there right now. Just hands on hips for Mollison, and Campbell just giving him the little, shh, let's be quiet. You know what? Big game ahead. Don't wear your voice out there, Greg. So WA into a man upset here, and Aaron's just nearly picks that off at the back. He does a power of work in there, Sean.
Matt Diver at the top, big Big shooter from the outside.
Walker, but here's Evangelo. That one's off the bar as well again.
Iron.
So that's 2 bars. And WA certainly getting plenty of shots on there. And Sean Aaron's really working the bar off the backside. Just couldn't get a handle on the ball. Big pick up there from the
Oh, he's just
Victorian
unfortunately
defense.
put it down.
Puts it down, and the ball
WA get the
picks
ball
up
back.
by the WA. There's no overlap here, so Evangelo just said, let's settle it down a bit.
Evangelo ringing the pipes.
Mate, that did you hear that from here, Timmy?
Yeah, mate. No, Cam Evangelo's a former teammate of mine from Dominican University over in the US. He's been out here for 4 years, and he's small in stature, but man, has he got a shot.
I reckon we might need some bog for that. As the shot comes into Aaron, Aaron picks that shot off. Oh, it just misses him. And I think he's going to get done for a trip here, which was probably an interference call, to be honest. But there was a good flag height out there too. We've got a hold. Okay.
Yeah, Dave's obviously thought that it was incidental contact, which is why hold is the call these days when you leg somebody like that and it's sort of incidental, so only 30 seconds.
Yeah, good save there, though, from Sean. And just popped out the front. Good pick up from Victoria, and Victoria will find themselves into a good offensive set.
Chance to have a look at the Victoria extra man offense.
As we have Bill sitting down for WA and looking down the
line
bottom corner. Looks down,
takes it to
nice
the crease.
place, just missing that on the left-hand side, but plenty of backup there and a perfect man-up opportunity.
Sparks, you get a piece of that?
No, I think that one went well wide and Hyde just missing the cage, but good little fake on that bottom, and we'll see whether they run that similar play again. But as Panting comes on, and that one has come off the the WA stick, and Ratch just trying to unload one there, knew that the time was expiring. So Ratchy said, not a chance, Timmy.
Mate, make sure you're on your game when Tim Ratchy's lining up. He has one of the most incredible shots in Australian lacrosse.
Yeah, I did speak. I said to Cody after the 2016 championship when we played Victoria, and it was his first time as an 18-year-old in the cage, and Ratch came in, and he said, I didn't see the first one. He said, the second one I smelt. And he said, the third one, he said, I sort of got a piece on it, but I still didn't save it. So Ratchy there as he comes off. Kwasi comes down this side. So, yeah, he has a cannon, Ratch, and we're looking forward to seeing him unload some of those today.
I think Ryan Spark might disagree.
Yeah, Sparksy's like, get it down the other end, boys. But Victoria's in attack here. Numbers are even as McKinnon just gets the ball and goes about his work. So we've got
Peter Cross
take
Cross, him on.
Again, a big man who doesn't mind using the body. There might be a hold there. Gets inside.
Slip
flag
through.
on.
And
Cross
again.
still with the ball and just managed to nail Benji. Oh, there's a big cross check. That's going to send you to the bench. That was not good lacrosse at all. And Joshua Drossi there.
Bit of a brain fade there.
You are going to come and sit to the bench. We don't like seeing that stuff in lacrosse. I think there was a little bit of niggle, but there is no need for the cross-check to the head. As you see the replay there, that is not what we want to see in this lacrosse, and I think he might even get 2 minutes here at this level, even at this level.
Yeah, I'd be expecting simultaneous fouls obviously coming in, but I would certainly be expecting a turnover here as we just get the call.
Woo.
So he's only got the 1 minute there, boys.
He's got the 1 minute. We're tough and tumble, aren't we? And Benji won't, you know what, Benji won't mind that. As we said, he bounces off most things. But obviously, WA will get possession of the ball here with having less time in the penalty.
No blood, no foul in this game.
Look, we expect a bit of that. And it's 1-0 here, Western Australia's way. And Victoria obviously just trying to show their muscle. We've got about 3.5 minutes to go in this first quarter, which has gone very quickly. And Benji Muxlow showing no damage from that little cross-check to the head. Just kicking it over. And we're going to have a timeout here, I believe. Timeout charged to WA. And we might get Timmy just to mosey through there and hear what the Victorians have to say here. But, yeah, look, well set up game early, 1-0 to WA. And I don't know what Greg Mollison's going to say here, but we might get a bit of an ear down there. WA will have possession for the last 3 minutes, and they've called this timeout just to obviously long stick with the ball. Brett?
Yeah, definitely, just to settle things down. I think both teams have had plenty of opportunities, and, you know, found themselves gliding through the crease, but haven't been able to stick it in the back of the net.
As we see some of the highlights here, brought to you by the ALN, and the great work done by the TAFE here on the cameras, and that one's actually come off the.
Here's the shot.
Aaron, well, that was a ring-ding one. That's come off the pipe. And then onto the referee, who's worn it as well, and even back then. And then we see the big cross-check there. But what did you find out down there, Tim?
Yeah, look, Greg's pretty calm down there at the moment, not really pushing too much on his boys at this stage, really emphasising patience on offence. They obviously think they're going to be able to get some really good looks here against Sparksy, and they're going to need to with that sort of goalie in the cage. But Greg pretty calm down here at the moment, just urging his defence to let the game come to them, and they're offensively just really pleading for some patience out of his boys.
Yeah, look, as we expected, a really physical game down here, and you wouldn't expect anything less with this level at this with these two teams. And WA obviously being in the final for the first time for a couple of years, because South Australia used to do things and knock them out. But they've got a 1-0 lead right now, and they've got possession of the ball. As we get Tommy Graham just filtering in. Okay, we've got the penalty's still on here, about 20 seconds of the penalty. So we're still in man up, WA. Walker just walking around.
Playing a bit of a wheel there.
As we go here, and bang, big shot there from Mitch Kennedy. And we're about to release the penalty, and Chris Plum will come on. And the penalty's been released. Plummy coming into that defence. And the co-captain for the Australian Sharks team just settling down. He had a really good start to the game, Plum. And I expect him to stand up big here in the defensive end, Heller.
Yeah, definitely. Look, I think a player like that can't help but stand up in a game like this.
Walker with a little goose step there. Likes what he sees. Got great pace. And this, good shutdown, but still getting inside. Sean Aaron said, not in my house, please. And just shut that one out. Kicks it to Plummy, as we just talked about, who kicks it up the field here. Alistair Glutenay. And we've got a flag down there.
Push call, I think.
We'll listen to the referee, Mr. Dave Campbell.
Might be a couple of calls coming in here. Dave's got a push.
So Dave's got a push.
Yeah, Steve McRae had the same thing.
Had the same thing. So they're both on the ball down there. It's good to see the umpires just working in unison. The positivity of these umpiring brigades at the moment is fantastic, Tim.
Yeah, no, it's a pretty good calibre of crew out there today. Obviously, Dave McRae, head referee, and Dave Campbell, R1, and Steve McRae, R2. So a couple of sandgropers and a crow eater. Very, very good crew.
Yeah, look, a lot of experience out there today. And Victoria coming in, Ratchie just wanting to wind up. This is where they had that opportunity before in this man up down the bottom. And Ratchie just losing a handle on the ball there.
Yep.
And looks inside, but what a great feed, and another one over the top for Victoria. Marty Hyde had plenty of shots yesterday and the day before, and he'll be keen just to tweak that stick and get his sights on the cage a little better.
Had enough time there to slot it, but just put it over the top.
But still in a man-up opportunity. And they're sitting down, looks inside,
nice.
And what a great finish there. That was a great finish from Campbell McKinnon. And
straight past the hip, that one.
And he gets Victoria on the board. And with 1 minute 20 to go in the first term here in this 2018 ALA National Men's Final, brought to you by ALN, your great coverage of lacrosse in Australia. Victoria just even up the score here, Brett. 1-1.
Yeah, definitely a tight contest. Both defences playing pretty well.
I'm predicting a fast man break here with a goal one way. I can't tell you which way, but I'm predicting it. Let's see how good my ESP is.
Here we go.
Oh, here we go. Am I on? Am I on? Fast man break, comes out, pushes it down, looks in. Great,
stuffed.
Great save. Might have worn one after that.
Sparksy, stuffed.
I was absolutely almost on that. And Goddard just moving the ball to WA to get out of there. But what a great face-off effort there. And that was nearly play-by-play before I saw it happening.
Ryan Spark up to the challenge on that occasion.
So we've got 20 seconds, I think we've got 20 seconds here, the call.
Yeah, clock's on.
Clock's on here, so clock's on the field. Walker with the ball. WA might mind getting a shot off here as they kick it up. There was a bomb out there yesterday. I don't think they'll be allowing him to free his arms again, Evangelo. That might almost be a push. No,
right.
Good defence from Victoria. They'll want a shot, and this is probably where it is. Walker down the side, looks inside as the whistle goes to end the first quarter. And what a fantastic game we have here at Wembley Lacrosse Club. And at the end of the first quarter, we have Victoria 1, Western Australia 1. And what a great start here, Brett Howe.
Yeah, very good contest. I think in some respects, I think both teams are still trying to feel each other out.
And we've just got the highlights here, and this will be a bit crash and bash because there was a fair bit of body given up in that one.
Oh, great overhead
the head on Kennedy. And almost gave you an opportunity to shot. There's that one that came off of Aaron. And look at that. Look at those bodies going in hard there. There's that cross check. And he won't want to see that, Drossi. I know he wore a little one before, but, you know, the retaliator normally gets beaten. And he'll be better for that. But Sean Aaron, a big stuff out there in that last little bit. He says, not in my house. And just putting that one past there. And Victoria coming back. Sparks eating up that last one. And our stats for the first quarter, Howler, I'll let you go through them. So, Victoria, what have you got there?
So Victoria, we got Josh Campbell McKinnon with 1 goal. And also for WA, we've got Cameron Evangelo with 1 goal.
There you go. I put you under the pump there. Sorry, mate. I had the computer turned my way. Yeah, a couple of penalties there, obviously, to Victoria. Obviously, Aldrossi wearing that one and River Bradley wearing a 1 minute. And the Victorians, WA side has only had a couple of 30-second ones as we start just about to start the second quarter here. And we have Jesse Bowen Curtis down in face-off there.
Against Slater, is it?
As they set. And that is Clarkey in there.
Clarkey
Nice kicks
win.
it out. The Australian cap looks inside, little feed. And what a great start. That is a no goal. Oh, there's contentious. I don't know. I thought he was on the ring there. But we'll get a replay of that very shortly. But a big call. And Victoria wouldn't be happy with that one. But obviously the umpire in charge over that side saw it. And he was closer. So we love that. And what a great call. So Victoria disallowed that one. As Panting just brings it back in. And here we go. Here's the look at this one. Steps in. And
a bit unlucky, I reckon.
He is very unlucky there. The foot was outside the circle. And we should have there. So we're going to just shoot down to Tim. What did you see there, mate?
Oh, mate, no, look, it's obviously a tough call there on the line. Had to be right on there to see it. But I did stick my head into the West Australian huddle there at quarter time. And look, Nathan Rainey certainly wasn't thrilled with his man-down defence. He referred to what he deemed as under 11 man-up plays, and he wasn't happy that his boys were getting beaten with that shot. So he was absolutely pleading with them to get it together. And despite their offence looking good, he thinks their structures need a little bit of work, and he's really emphasising team structures that they get back to what they're doing. So not all joy over in the West Australian huddle, so there's obviously a bit of room for them to improve.
Yeah, look, I think they'd be pleased with the 1-1 scoreline at quarter time, although you know, they did have those man-up opportunities, and they'll be looking on their defensive end to shut them down, as you said, Tim, as they're just having a bit of play down here. Kennedy looks on Plummy, has a shot. Great stick by Plummy. Well done by Panting, just didn't get it. But the Victorian defence is all over this, and what a great outlet there.
Great outlet.
And
if he can collect.
Just can't quite collect it. The ball's running out to the outer side. I don't know what Evangelo was diving for then. I think the line was a little bit further away. I think he may have just fell over his own feet. And we've got Plummy bringing it down here into the Victorian offence. And they'll be looking at putting another one on the board. As I said, we had a look at that replay of that one, and it's a really tough call for an umpire. And he saw what he saw, and just on the replay, it looked like he was just off that circle. But it's a game on. It's over, and we go on with the next one. And Victoria will be looking to put a score on the board here as they kick it around here to Drossi, who kicks it up to Gibson. Gibson kicking it down to...
Marty Hyde, I think it was.
He did. And there's plenty of space here behind the...
That's Peter Quass.
WA defense.
Going for Dodge.
Quassy wants another one.
Oh,
and there he goes. There's the one
bottom
back.
Corner.
He said, well, I'm on the bottom corner. What a great move by Quass. He's just managed to evade, get his hands free, and he found the offside from where he was, bottom corner, and it was a fantastic shot to bring Victoria to a 2-1 lead. And Victoria will be very happy to get that one on the board, and I'm sure WA won't be too happy with the long stick defence to allow him to free the hands there, Timmy.
No, mate, absolutely not. And Peter Quast, you can't give him much space. He's obviously spent the last 2 years over at Onondaga Community College. Was a second-team All-American over there with the junior college circuit, which is very, very, very talented. So far too much space given to a guy of that calibre.
Yeah, and we've got some really, really good feed coming in here and some messages on the ALN live feed. So we'll try to get to a lot of them. And as
Nathan Bell with the ball at the moment.
Just bringing it into offense. Kicks it over to Ratch. And we've got Dylan Bird there, who obviously has rewound that, and he says, ref is blind, can see it clearly in 720p. It wasn't on the line, ha ha. So, yeah, look, we like the fact that you can just stop, and there we go, another shot. Sparksy eating
another great shot.
And there's a flag about to be thrown here. I think there might be a slash being called.
Yeah, Ashby Dennis there throwing a check directly across his back there, and much to the delight of the Victorian coaches box, who don't seem to be getting a few at the moment, according to them.
And Ashby Dennis just might have turned around and told him, did you like that one just then? He was running off. So nothing like a bit of banter from the players.
No, Ashby's never shy to throw one, I can tell you that much, and probably isn't shy to tell you about it either. So,
so Victoria into another man-up opportunity, and WA will want to keep out of the box as they've given Victoria a couple of opportunities here, and Victoria haven't capitalised, but Ratchet's just sitting outside there. They're just working these bottom corners, trying to unload. Ratch looks up the top, looks at Quash the Ratch, looks inside.
Great
feed.
Oh,
what a fantastic
BTB by Ardossi.
Ardossi has redeemed himself from that cross-check the other end. Little behind the back there, and that's the way to start a quarter, and Victoria will go out to a 3-1 lead.
Here's the replay.
Oh, hello. Nothing Sparks to do there with
finish.
that one. What a great inside look, and I don't think the WA defence will be really happy with leaving those guys open, but I'm sure Greg Mollison there, Tim, will be quite happy with that one.
Oh, mate, Josh Ardossi doing Josh Ardossi things. He took a couple of years away from the game from Williamstown, but, mate, he's a former U19 superstar, and he's done that to a few of my teams as well over the years, mate. That was Ardossi at his finest.
Yeah, look, he knew it was somewhere behind there, but goalies just don't stand a chance. They don't know that's coming. And Sparksy just wouldn't have seen that one right on his doorstep. And Victoria start this second quarter in a fantastic style as Goddard picks up the ball, coming on from his great work in that South Australian game. And kicking it up, just looks forward. Jesse Bowden Curtis just doing his thing. He says, I've done my thing, thanks, coach. Let me get to the bench and let the guys who don't take face off and have to get up and down and up and down and up and down and get on the field. And as we see Alex Brown coming on, I reckon this is his first run on the field for the day.
Yep.
Yeah, he came out of that Victoria game last time they played 2 days ago, and I know they were working on him feverishly before the game. He didn't play yesterday, so he'd be a welcome addition back to this West Australian side.
He's actually got that left knee really heavily strapped, so I wonder whether he's got a little bit of an issue there.
Oh, mate, his influence on that team is incredible, the Aussie captain, so they will definitely be thrilled.
Look, he obviously runs that WA defence down there when he's on. And
he's just a little terrier, isn't he? Just keeps running all day.
I'm sure they stand up, another 3 feet when he's on there. And looks inside, lets it go. Just another little push there. And,
Caleb Hall.
Here he is, still carrying the ball. Walker likes what he sees. Double coming, kicks it.
Offloads.
Kicks it
Brown,
off there
here we go.
Brown, bam! And
Isaac Kale with a bit of a laser there.
So he's using your comments already, Timmy. He likes them.
Oh, mate, Zachy Cahill's going to be my favourite player to watch. He is incredible. He can damage on the inside and put stuff like that on from the outside. Just incredible.
And he's got a hold there, flag on. And Sean, he's actually hit Alex Brown on the ground there. Alex ducked to get out of his shooting lane. It hooked in the stick and just about snuck him in the guts right there while he was lying on the ground. So I'm sure he wouldn't be overly happy with giving him one there. But a hold call, I believe, on the Victorian number 6, and that is Caleb Hall. And WA will go into man-up offense, and they will be looking to put a score on the board. You can see there, Brown just hit the ground thinking, oh, I've got to get out his way, and he snuck it right into the stomach of him. So I'm sure he'll give him an ice bath after that and rub that one off. But WA working here as the ball kicks over to Mitchell. Mitchell kicking it down to Diver, and there's a shot gone on there. They've given it, yep, no, WA with the backup. Walker with the shot there. Kicks it up, it's only a 30-second penalty. Penalty's about to be released here. And as they release the penalty, they get up, here's a shot here.
Oh,
and
just wide.
That one had some heat on it there by Mitchell, but just going wide, and WA not capitalising on that man-up situation. There's another ball on the ground. He will have to have that removed as Evangelo grabs the one from behind. And Dave Campbell says, all right, boys, we're right. Let's go. Dave Campbell, another one for his pocket. Referees and umpires like balls that they get after the game. I always lose a few. As WA are in offence here. Nice little razzle-dazzle. And he's had plenty of opportunities going to the cage,
shot.
Graham. Oh, there's a fantastic shot there. And just as we speak of the man, and Graham with the first shot on the cage for WA, he's had plenty of opportunities, and he's not shy of shooting a ball. And what a fantastic finish there. You can see the replay.
Nice little swim dodge and then a little jump shot.
And he didn't mind that at all. Just the pump of the fist there, and WA bringing it back to a 3-2 scoreline with about 10.5 to go in the second quarter. And the face-off here will be pivotal. I know WA, while it's early in the game, WA will wanting to get this one out. And Victoria want to get first possession of the ball. We've got a break there. And the ball will go to WA after WA broke. Kennedy just picking up the ball. Just kicking it down here to Cale. Cale's let a couple of rippers go. And the man who just scored the last goal there, Thomas Graham, he will certainly be looking to Evangelo. Graham likes what he sees. He's seen Plummy. They would have played plenty of lacrosse against each other at all levels. Just kicks it back to the man Mountain. And I saw Panting do this against Keesing the other day. Just monstered over the top of him on those bottom corners.
Just drop the shoulder and run through.
Just Walker holding it up there. Plenty of movement for WA. Looks really good out there. And as I say,
just as everyone's standing still.
They all stand still, but Walker likes the long stick. Can't roll inside. Really good defense.
Evangelo
from the MVP.
Looks like he's setting up for a shot here.
Yesterday from River Bradley. And there it is, panting. Whoa, that had some heat on it. No wonder it just warmed up 2 degrees, because that really did have some heat on it. Big man just unloading. Tom Graham with a good backup there. And Tom Graham just settling it out here. He's got
Caleb Hall, yep.
Hall, a nice razzle-dazzle, great look. And Aarons goes, I've seen plenty of them, thanks, Tom.
Thanks for the gumball.
That came straight to my stick. And Plum will bring it back into offense for Victoria. He's got a longie over the other side. Plum keeps going. Looks down the bottom corner. Fantastic look. And what a great finish there from Hall. But what a great look. Down by the captain, Plummy. And I'm sure that was Hall on the bottom.
Was that Hall or Dulcie?
Or that... Oh, no, might have got it totally wrong. I think that might be Marty Hyde down there. Sorry, Marty. These numbers are 5, 6, and 8. They all meld into one another. So Marty Hyde with that goal. I was going to say Caleb Hall got down the ground really quickly because he was just guarding in defense.
That was definitely Marty Hyde down there, boys. You'll have to send an apology up to him later. I think Marty gets a bit precious of those goal scores.
Marty, what a fantastic goal, mate. And I'm sorry, but that 5, 6, and 8 for Victoria from up here, you just lose them sometimes and they look very similar. So, but Jesse Bowen Curtis getting the illegal procedure in the face-off, and he'll take that and come to the bench. And Victoria go out to a 4-2 lead as WA have had a fair bit of offence this quarter, just haven't really capitalised on it apart from that one of Graham. And WA will be looking to get another score on the board as Gillespie just runs the ball down to X. He goes about his work. And WA, as I said, they were moving really well before. They've all just gone flat-footed. Did I put a curse on them, Howler?
I think you might have. But Campbell McKinnon playing some good defence there.
Nice long pass up to Sam Koswara. Sam Koswara being guarded by Bramall. Cosy coming down the side, pushing in.
Oh, he's going to have a...
Oh, had a fake.
Oh, straight into the stick.
Straight to the stick of River Bradley. And look at that twist, turn. Lost the handle. got a man open down the bottom, looks inside, great step,
yes.
Great finish there.
Sold a bit of candy and ducked on the inside.
Gillespie, but that was great pressure from the WA offence to really ride that out. River Bradley, what a great pick-off, just went about his work, got him turned around, managed to just turn a little too much, got a little dizzy, hit the ground, ball went down. Great ground ball there, kicks it down, and what a fantastic finish there, and we're back to a 4-3 game here. Howler.
Beautiful goal, that one. Bit of shake and bake, and then finish in the bottom corner.
Love the shake on the defender, and he bit better than the fish that I go fishing. And we're back to a 4-3 game here. We've got about 6.5 minutes to go. What a that was a fantastic ground ball there. Absolutely fantastic ground ball by Glutenay, who's put his team into offense and gives it up to Plummy. Plummy gives it down. And there's the goal scorer. I'll say that again. There's the goal scorer from the last one, Marty Hyde.
Yep.
Who just kicks it up to Plum, kicks it out to Quass. And Hyde going about his best work down the bottom there. Just trying to create some space. Out to Plum. Dossie with the ball.
Here we go from
kicks
behind.
It down to Lawson. Lawson got 3 early yesterday against the East Coast All-Stars. And looked up, a good little fake. Likes what he sees. Out to Plum. Plum kicks it on. Out to Pius. Pius running against Kennedy. Nice little turn. That patch there is a bit slippery sometimes, so
yeah, a bit of dirt down there.
You don't mind that, panting against Plum here. Kicks it down to Lawson. Hang on, is this Marty Hyde? Yes, it is.
Ducks
He
inside.
likes that work. Looks inside.
Oh.
Looks the other side. Plummy with an open here. Good save. Oh, what a great save there. Plummy with a cracking shot. Just drew the defender, popped around him, but Sparksy said, I've got that one, thanks, mate. And WA will bring it out here. Bill with the ball.
That was an unreal save by Ryan Spark just then. Really read the ball down, had to move deep down to his off-stick side leg, and that was just an incredible reflex stop.
Yeah, and WA, if they can capitalise on that great work by their defence and put one away here, will even the game up, and we will look to see WA penetrate. Oh, was going to give it. That's a push, and he's got possession. Flag going. He might get a hold here too if he's not careful. But working in, just got a little tip on that one. So saw the man on the opposite side there and just didn't quite get the ball to him in Evangelo. But Evangelo was screaming for it the opposite side. Drew the flag. Going to have a 30-second penalty here, I believe. As Caleb Hall just comes to the bench to have a little rest in this game. 4 minutes 30 to go in this second. And it's been a cracking game, as we said it would be. Following on from the women's game, was an absolutely outstanding game for the WA women against the Victorian women, and nothing against the WA side, but we're looking here.
Nice
and,
shot.
What a great little shot to Evangelo. Walker just saw him sneaking around the back corner there, and we're going to give that one to Sparksy, because that last ball that he saved really could have brought it out to a 5-3 lead. Instead, Sparksy stands up big, gets it down the bottom, and Evangelo just kicking in there and rips one on the...
Just past the hips.
On the hips, and we come to a 4-all game with 3 minutes 50. And Timmy, anything to report down on the side there, mate?
No, mate, look, obviously the Victorian bench is a little quiet. I mean, obviously WA's got a little bit of a run happening on here, so not as much chatter coming out of the Victorian box, but the West Australian box is certainly all up and about right now.
And Bell with a great face-off there. We had a great close-up of that. There's some great camera angles out here at the moment. Dossie just getting a ball near his feet, kicks it down to Lawson. Lawson kicking it down to Marty Hyde. And up to Dossie, up to Ratch, who just kicks it out there to Gibson. Gibson moved really well yesterday in that East Coast game. I'm sure he'll be looking at getting an opportunity if he does, and Ratch will like his opportunity here as the comes on.
Nice roll.
Oh, what a great roll, but that has...
Radar a bit off on that one.
That has missed by about 4 metres, but that's the matchup that they'd be looking for. And Goddard, and there you can see Ratch just trying to take him out to obviously open that up again, and it may come this side again if that happens. But a good
inside
look.
roll.
What a great roll there. That's a fantastic little inside roll there by Gibbo. I'm sure I just brought up his name and I said that he had a great game yesterday. And on cue, about 30 seconds later, comes up, doesn't let me down. Little good inside roll. The defense overcommitted, and Sparksy came out the cage and He really did like that one, Gibbo, and just puts a little bit of space in that scoreboard at 5-4. Victoria with 2.5 minutes to go.
Great finish there after that spin move too. Kept his composure, slotted it home.
Part of the fabled Mozzie squad over there at Williamstown, young Gibson. He is a name to remember.
As we've got another illegal procedure here in the face, and Bramall will pick up the ball. So Jace will bring the ball down. Kicks it down to Hyde. Hyde to Lawson. Lawson out to Ardossi. Ardossi up to Pius. Oh, Pius goes.
Oh.
Pius didn't catch the one that was right to his stick.
Pike up the top there.
Pikey just coming in for he did really well yesterday too. Stepped up for a couple.
Double coming.
Oh, moved the ball really quickly.
Found the open man.
But WA reset their defence pretty well. Hyde just cutting through the middle. Looks in, down, looks down the bottom.
Bottom corner
on the
again.
Bottom. Great defence from WA. Came off a leg. Pike picking the ball up.
Vic's certainly working those bottom corners at the moment, aren't they?
Very much so. Panting. Just getting beaten there by Ardossi. A little shimmy. As Pike goes about his work. Panting all over him. Kicks it down to Lawson. Lawson, you can hear the FX mic there. 1 minute to go in this quarter. Steps up at the feet, but they'll get another opportunity here, Victoria.
Oh, here we go.
Kicks it over Pius, but Benji Muxlow was well awake to that.
Took a bit of time to get there. He was sitting free for a while.
The double, great
Good check
from Muxlow, who just dispossessed the ball out of Bramall's stick, and we've got a timeout called to Victoria here, and a well-called timeout. We've got about 55 seconds to go in this second quarter, and the score is 5 to Victoria. Loving bringing this to you by the ALN. And we will just have a look at a couple of highlights here, and love your comments on the ALM live feed. Keep them coming, and it's great that we can bring Australian lacrosse at the highest level to you via these live streams, and it doesn't get any better as the shadows just creep over Wembley Lacrosse Club here in their 80th year of lacrosse. The grounds have held up really well, Brett.
Yeah, definitely throughout the week. I mean, there's been a lot of rain, and it's good that the sun's come out for the final, because I can tell you it was pretty ordinary during the earlier game.
Yeah, it fairly did belt down in your game, and I'm glad that the lacrosse gods have turned on the weather for these two finals, and we've had perfect weather for both finals, and we'll just kick down to Timmy. Timmy, what'd you get out of that, mate?
Well, obviously, dying moments here in the second half. Greg Mollison's obviously quite keen for his offense to move the ball and try and break down this West Australian defense, really emphasising that they want the shot. They don't care if it comes at 40 seconds or 30 seconds, or if they have to kill every last little bit of this. Really emphasising quick ball movement and trying to break down this West Australian defense to get this shot off.
All right, so 40 seconds on the clock. Victoria in possession. Greg Mollison just calling a timeout to set his troops up. He'd like to go in with a 6-4 lead here. WA would like to snuff this attack out. And Plummy's on there, Ratchie's on there. Kicking it down to Ardossi, who kicks it down to Lawson, who kicks it down the bottom there to Gibbo, who just snuck in for that last one. Ratchie, Plummy, little fake. Looks at the top there.
Is that Caleb Hall at the top?
That is.
Oh, a little pick and roll.
Little pick and roll. Looks inside. Spark says not this time. I've got the ball. He'll probably push it down or just hold it up here.
Clock is on. Not long left.
Muxlow with the ball. Muxlow's got good motors. I don't know if Muxlow runs.
He's copping a bit of heat,
really
though.
Not going to catch him. Ratchie putting a lot of pressure on. Oh, drew a flag there. Campbell with a big flag as the siren sounds, and we will see. Probably, I'd say we will see WA starting with the ball in that fourth quarter. Did you see what that one was, Tim?
Yeah, it's an odd one because there's certainly something coming through here. I think Ratchie's going to get done for a slash here. Ratchie's got, Tim Ratchie certainly there with the slash on the far side. It was there on Ryan Sparks. So you are correct. Western Australia will start with the ball in this second half.
Yeah, look, it looked more like one of the acts from the Viking series there that Ratchie took out there. But
oh, look, he had no reason to give it at all. Ryan Spark was clearly in the process of heaving the ball to the other end, and he's throwing one there. Probably one he wish he would have back.
Yeah, look, anyway, the score here at the halftime break of the men's 2018 ALA National Championships, brought to you by the ALN, is 5 to Victoria, 4 to Western Australia. And we're going to have a look at some highlights here quickly, and hopefully we'll go down there to Tim, who actually, no, we won't will probably shoot down very quickly to Tim. And Tim will have the head coach of WA men's team. And we love this for these boys giving up their time. Nathan Rainey down there. And we will shoot down there very shortly as Tim's just about to
Yeah,
talk.
mate, no, I'm here, Tony. I'm here with West Australian head coach Nathan Rainey. And Nathan, look, obviously a quick start, but you weren't happy with your structures you were seeing, particularly your man-down defence. How do you think you guys adjusted as that half went on?
Yeah, I think we adjusted well, and if we're forcing Vic to dodge a man up, I think we're having a small win. But yeah, it's something we focused on, and we haven't got it right yet, so we'll keep knuckling down on that.
Yeah, look, there was a period of time there where your offense really seemed to stagnate, but things obviously then started to get going a little bit, and you started to break down Aaron in that defence. What were the adjustments you made to get them back into that?
The team was had some issues with listening disorder, so we're just trying to get everyone on the same page, and we're being a little bit aggressive on the bottom corners, but a bit one-dimensional. So yeah.
And just quickly, what's going to be the message to the boys at halftime?
Yeah, just more effort, discipline, stay out of the box, and that's what we're aiming for. So.
All right, well, thanks heaps for your time, Nathan, and good luck in the second half. Cheers, thanks. Back to you, boys.
All right, we thank Timmy down there with Nathan Rainey for giving up his time while his troops just go and have a well-earned drink out there. We see some highlights here, and there was plenty of crash and bash in this one. There, look at that. Benji's worn 2 today.
It's copping a beating, isn't he?
He is. But, he takes it. He'll come off the field, and that was, again, a great check there on Kennedy. Plenty of bodies coming in, rough and tumble, as we love the lacrosse. There it is. That's in the first quarter. Little one there, great at the end of that first. So ball's just bouncing around everywhere here. Another big hit. And there hasn't been too many little hits, has there?
There's the one that got called for on the line.
That's the one on the line.
I don't think it was.
And Dave Campbell there just registering. Ratch looks inside. That was a great little feed. Great behind the back. And I think we're about to go back downstairs very shortly. And we're going to catch up with Mike Slattery, and Timmy will have him down there very shortly. But just keeping going through the highlights here. Been a fantastic start to this game. Little shimmy there. Great finish. There's one, little one in the back. Just lost his, there might have been a hold there as well. As we keep going through the highlights here.
Shot.
And there are highlights everywhere. And we're about to go down to the ground level again. And just have a chat to Mr. Mike Slattery. And look at all the kids out there having a bit of a play here. It's fantastic to see kids in this sport. And yeah, it's fantastic to see kids in this sport as they're running around enjoying the sunshine here. And very shortly we will shoot downstairs as the sun just glistens here on the Wembley Lacrosse Club. And Victoria just down in the shade. Greg having a few words to his troops down there. They're just sucking it up, and we look like we are in for an amazing second half here of lacrosse. And nothing better than a real good game of lacrosse on the back of what was a fantastic women's final.
Yeah, great game so far. Pretty tight contest. I thought the Vics were going to jump out and get their noses in front, but only the 1-goal lead at the moment.
Yeah, a really tight game. And
both teams playing some good defence.
Both teams playing some absolutely fantastic defence. And when you score a goal, you earn a goal, don't you?
That's right.
As we expect. So the Quick Sticks program going on in the background there. Look at them. They're loving it, aren't they?
Yeah.
Hey?
And the kids, it's they're a big part of any club, and they are the ones that are the future of all clubs. So it's good to see the kids out there having a run around.
Yeah, and if there was only another 1,000 more of them, it would be
it'd be
fantastic.
great.
So if you're watching this live feed and you want to get your kids into lacrosse, please contact your local lacrosse or your lacrosse association in your state, because it's a fantastic game, and one day we will be into the Olympics. And what better to come into an Olympic sport at that age? So I think we're just about ready to head downstairs, and you can see the kids on the monitor there. Look at them. They're loving it in Australian colours. How many of those will be in Australian colours very shortly as just picking up the ball there. They've got some good skills down there, haven't they? The young ones.
Just while we're waiting too, we should say a big thanks to Wembley Lacrosse Club. They've put on a great show.
They have. Absolutely fantastic down here, and it's really good quality lacrosse in these national championships. And as I said, plenty of good lacrosse being played out here by the in the quick sticks program, and these could be future Olympians right there. So we'll shoot down now, and Tim Kennedy.
Thanks, Tony. I'm joined by ALA President Mike Slattery. Mike, thanks for coming down and taking the time to have a chat to us.
Thanks for having me down here, Tim. My pleasure.
Now, we're here today to talk about the Quick Sticks program, which the Australian Lacrosse Association is championing. And what a fantastic backdrop, as we can see, with all these kids that are running around. I reckon Tony Watts could just about slip into the middle there and not go unnoticed. But look, for the people at home, tell us what Quick Sticks is all about.
Quick Sticks is all about bringing lacrosse into primary schools across Australia. It's basically a catch and throw, fun game, played by boys and girls, any primary school age. It's endorsed and funded by the Australian Sports Commission through the Sporting Schools program, and it encourages young children to get out and play. And it's been very attractive because it's all about basic hand-eye coordination and athleticism.
Well, it is the second term at the moment. What have the results been like so far?
Well, the first term was quite outstanding. We exceeded our target of 50 schools by getting 59 registered schools. That covered about 4,500 kids that have never played lacrosse before. Having covered 59 schools, it's only a small part of 6,500 primary schools in Australia that are available and funded. So there's a lot of scope for the future, but we were very pleased, and in particular we got a lot of support out of the sporting schools, and we ended up on the front page of their Term 1 newsletter. It was quite a big success story.
Well, some say we're probably the best kept secret in all of sports, so it's awesome to get out there. We know the attraction of it. What do you think is attracting more and more schools to sort of take part in the program?
Well, I think we've got two options. It can be coach delivered, which then is got to be qualified as a coach with quick sticks, with working with children, etc. Or it can be teacher delivered, and we've produced all the material behind it. Most of it's online. We've got prompts on your mobile so you can work it with the kids. And it's very easy to program. We've just kept it back to the basics, and it's very simple, but it's fast. And the kids love fast movement, hand-eye, teamwork, boys and girls. And it's just the fastest game they've seen. And we see already a very high uptake. Term 2, we targeted 70 schools. So far we've got 86. That'll cover about 6,500, 7 kids that we've never been in front of before. And we're looking to go further.
Well, that is incredible, those numbers, and getting kids involved, because often, as you know, a lot of people, once they see the great sport of lacrosse, they're always wowed that this thing was even out there. So getting in front of those numbers must be absolutely incredible. We have dozens of clubs around the country, though, obviously. What can clubs do themselves to encourage schools in their local area to pick up quick sticks?
There's two ways. One is get into the quick sticks program and support it with club-run initiatives behind it. So you give gymkhanas, weekend competition, and bring the kid out into it, or they can run the quick sticks program themselves. The only difference, they have to fund that, as opposed to it's funded through sporting schools through Health Commission.
And of course, if people wanted to get involved with quick sticks, where can they go to find out the information?
Two best sources are go to the Australian Lacrosse Association website, and through that you'll link into the quick sticks or straight into the quick sticks, and Google will get you there straight away.
And of course, you'll be able to follow the Australian Lacrosse Association at lacrosse.com.au. And you'll also be able to follow them on their Facebook page. So, Mike, congratulations on the initiative. It really is an exciting development for sport in Australia. So, congratulations with everything you're doing with the Quick Sticks, and, of course, everything you're doing as well at the ALA level. And all the best. Thanks for taking the time to have a chat to us today.
Thanks for the opportunity to chat. And really is that lacrosse is one of the best kept secrets in Australia. And we hope to elevate that and its awareness.
Absolutely. Back to you guys up in the commentary box.
Thanks, Timmy. Thanks, Mike. Fantastic to see more opportunities for young ones to play this sport, and coming from a football background myself, you know what, great to have this. So just go through the stats quickly here for you, Brady, on the Victorian side.
We've got 5 goal scorers, individual goal scorers for Victoria. We've got Callan Gibson with 1, Campbell McKinnon with 1, Peter Quass, Marty Hyde and Josh Ardossi with a sweet BTB goal.
Yep, and on the WA side?
WA goal scorers, we got 1 each for Jordan Gillespie and Thomas Graham, and 2 to Cam Evangelo.
And that is 5-4. So that's really even, and we look forward to a fantastic second half here. And just like we do at the ALN, we are able to get good access to a lot of people. And we're just about to have actually one of the Victorian players, one of the co-captains of Victoria, about to have an interview down there with Tim. So, Tim, we will cross down to you. You've got Sean Clark there. No, almost there. Okay, quick sticks are just happening in the background there. There we go.
Still going on. Can you hear me down there, boys?
I've got you now. Sorry, mate. I shot down to you too early, so go your hardest.
No, mate. Look, I'm here with Sean Clark, Australian face-off superstar Sean Clark. Sean, happy with that first half?
Yeah, not a bad start. Pretty up and back. Boys doing well. It's going to be a good second half here.
And of course, look, just how are you finding the face-off battle in the middle?
Yeah, it's a good challenge. Just got to be on that whistle. Can't be too early.
And look, Western Australia came at you late in that second quarter. What adjustments are you looking to make in that second half?
Just a bit more of the same. We just got to stay out of the box a bit more and value the ball a bit more on offense. So.
All right, Tron, thanks heaps for that, mate. Won't keep you for too long. Good luck in the second half. Cheers.
Timmy, great work there. You just get them all, don't you? And just pulling players out left, right and centre. We love it. And it's great that Sean could give up his time there just as the Victorian team come back together. What great access we have here at the Australian Lacrosse Network. And we have an opportunity just to have a bit of a chat here, Brett, over the over there. And you know what? Without the great sponsors of this game, we don't have a great game, do we?
That's right.
I'm just going to go through the sponsors here quickly. Look, obviously the Australian government, the Australian Sports Commission for their continuing sport of lacrosse in Australia. Ackland Travel, East Melbourne, Victoria for support and expertise in travel arrangements. We've obviously got Sports Centre. You had the great Sports Centre gear on. High March SA for the supply of uniforms and apparel to the ALA 2018 teams. Living Choice, providing support and developing and growing the game of lacrosse. Obviously, Maverick Lacrosse, supplying equipment to this year's World Cup team, the 2018 Aussie Sharks men's squad team. Bendigo Bank for supporting the 2018 Australian Sharks senior men's team. Cascade Lacrosse and supplying the equipment for the 2018 Australian Sharks men's team. The Australian Lacrosse Network, of course, for their ongoing support in providing live streaming of ALA events and promoting the game across this country. 3am Web and IT with Scotty and the boys, and obviously Flint Media, and they're our great sponsors, Timmy. Anyone else you want to mention there?
You've covered them all pretty well there, Tony. There's a stack of them there, and I must admit the defenders out here. You'll see the Aussie Sharks defenders all wearing with their long pole Mavericks. Black pole, black head, they look pretty badass if you ask me. So thanks heaps to Maverick for their support. But just on that, I did have a quick chat to Coach Greg Morrison there just at the halftime break. He was pretty happy with his performance in that first half. Really emphasised that his offense was clicking. They just need to show patience like he'd been asking for them all day. Defensively, though, the key for them, stay out of the box. He kept ramming that home to his defenders. So let's see if that changes in the second half.
So WA will start in a man-up situation here. Obviously, that foul, 1 minute foul being given. Right at the end, which was pretty not good for your team, to be honest, to start like that. That was pretty unsportsmanish. And we will have WA in offense. Kicks it out to Walker. Walker, like what he sees.
Oh.
Walker puts it down low, and Aaron did not see that one. And what a great start for WA. And I'm sure Ratch will be ruining that slash at the end of that last quarter and allowing WA a man-up opportunity to get back to 5-all.
Yeah, I'm not sure if you're going to pick that up there on the replay, guys, but as you'll see there, River Brandy making the two slide across the crease has blocked Sean Aaron's vision, and the minute the goal's gone in, River putting the hand up there to say sorry to Sean. Not sure if you get that up there, boys.
Yeah, we did. On cue. I love it. As you were talking about it, we were watching it, and that's happened a couple of times. I know I spoke to a couple of the goalies through all of the league, and Willow in the East Coast All-Stars and Code and Link, and they've had a couple that have gone past them, and they said, bloody defender's sliding in front of me. I can't see him.
Sean Clark again there with the ball off the face-off.
And just an interesting stat for you guys. In the Victoria loss earlier in the week, Western Australia went 0 for 6 on man up. So that's a huge win for them right there to start the second half.
Yeah, and as I said, Ratch won't be that impressed that he put himself in the box there, and I'm sure the coaching staff wouldn't be that happy. But it's done and dusted now, and we're into a 5-all game, and that's what we sort of expect in these big clashes, especially at this level. And the ball just being flown around here to Gibbo. Last time I called Gibbo on... Oh, that's a terrible
bit of a loose
pass
one
by Quas, and yeah, but Plummy's good enough. Plummy knows the role of this green, and he knew that one was just going to hold up at the hole like my golf shots, and give me another opportunity at it. So Lawson just driving the cage here, Beal all over him.
Plummy at the top.
Plummy at the top, likes what he sees, comes down that lane, has a look.
Oh,
did not know where that went, Sparksy. And his defender behind him's just caught it.
Good save, but didn't know where it finished up, but defence helping him clear that one.
Coming down, Mitchell's stick looks
Oh.
and bang,
Top
W
corner.
away. Just putting one away there with Mr. Isaac Gale finishing on that back corner. Fantastic ball transition from WA, and in a blink of an eye, they've gone from 5-4 at half-time to 6-5 within 3 minutes of this first bit of a play.
Not sure if you guys picked that up there, but really important cog in that play down here at ground level was Ryan Sparks' outlet to Mitchell Kennedy. Of course, their Serrano teammates and Shark teammates, that's about the third time they've done that, and they've been able to completely obliviate that clear and get it down there real quick.
Well, look, Spartsy come up with a massive save then, and he didn't actually know where it went, but his defender just said, I've got it, mate. Here it is, give it back. And what a fantastic outlet, as Timmy said. And it puts WA into a 6-5 lead here. And we're fairly ebony in scoring right now. We love it.
And what a great shot. Top shelf right in the corner.
And we're actually get a face-off here, which is really good from Aaron Solder. Solder comes out, looks down. Oh, just dropping the handle there. And Victoria, he's under a lot of pressure. But really good there from
Nathan Bell.
Nathan Bell. As Victoria kick it up.
Real opportunity there for WA to score another one, but the Vics hold on.
Just
Caleb Hall.
Good double
Ball
there.
on the deck.
Great double. Might have worn one high.
Brock Bill bringing the ball out for WA.
Drossi wore one high there. I think he's up on all right. As Bill just in offense for WA just says, where are my attackers? I don't need to be down here, boys. As he kicks it up to Mitch Walker. And Mitch Walker kicking up to Evangelo. And just sneaking down the backside here is Brown, who now filters through the crease.
WA setting up to fire another shot on the Vics.
And Tommy Graham's been that man at the moment. Evangelo and Graham certainly landing shots. But Graham looking at the top here. He wouldn't mind coming down this left-hand side and giving it another crack. But Evangelo likes what he sees. Good pick there. Just fell over his own feet.
There goes the flags.
Oh, maybe he didn't fall over his own feet.
I wouldn't be surprised if he gets done for a hold here. I think he may have accidentally legged him. Let's see what he gets.
Yeah, Timmy all over it down there, mate. Do you know your stuff? And a great call there from Timmy Kay on the boundary. From up here, it looked like he tripped over his own feet, but at ground level, you see the shoelaces come out and just get caught in those cleats and let him go down. And WA will be another man-up opportunity, and they were looking to extend this lead right now. So WA kicking the ball to Walker. Walker just on the back corner, receiving it back. Looking up the top here, Kennedy. Kennedy gets it back. Kennedy rips the ball.
Great save.
Aaron looking downstairs at that one. And there's an outlet
great
here.
outlet.
Great outlet. What
nice
a great
tape.
outlet there. And Lachlan Russell with the ball with a longie. They keep going always. And Ratch G is just settling it down for Victoria as that penalty is released. And Victoria will be looking to get one back here. Dossi with the ball. Looks over the back line.
Fancies the corner.
All over. Wow, they're monstering them on that defence.
Great double.
And that just flicked to Sparks. Sparks to Bill. And WA in the defence all over them. Tommy Graham with a motor coming down here. Looks
here we go on the corner.
Another inside look.
Great finish.
What a fantastic finish there.
Isaac
Cale again. He must be loving the work he's getting from his transitional players. And he's just able to finish that really well. And WA here.
Nice.
Going out to a 7-5 lead, and you must be really pleased as a WA man there, Tim Kennedy, with the way the ball moving and the defensive pressure.
Well, I'm a zebra now, mate, so I don't bear any states. But as I said before, Isaac Cahill is the sort of player. He plays at the Subiaco Lacrosse Club. One of the rare players that gets better the higher he goes up, and he's finishing around the cage. In Japan even was just like nothing you've ever seen. He's one of the best finishers in the country.
I was going to say those last couple were just great finishes against a very good keeper. And but I love as the ball is won here by Nathan Bell. And Victoria, they won't be panicking yet, but they'll certainly want to put a score on the board. And as the ball just gets kicked down the back here, and Gibbo with the ball gives it up to Pius. Pius kicks it over there to Bramall. And just moving the ball around here.
And as you said, they won't panic, but they'll want to stay in touch.
Pike on the field for Victoria as well. As Dossi just sneaks into the crease. They look like they've gone almost into a 1-4-1 there. And good pressure from WA, though. They're not giving them anything. And there is a crease infringement. Oh, does that kill a coach when you're in offense?
They are the little things.
Oh, I'm feeling it up here. My coaching thing's coming to me. And Greg Morrison will be, he'll be seething inside right there. And to give up an offensive structure just by stepping a foot in the crease when you don't have to do it. Yeah, WA really on top here at the moment. Sparksy just looking as they send to Sparks. Sparks kicks it back to
into the
a bit of sun there, and that's not a great pass.
He was asking a bit much of Benji there.
You can see the way the shadows are forming, and he was looking directly into the sun. And Benji just telling him to get back a few. But Sparksy missing that one, and okay, we're 1-1 on the error right there.
Yeah.
Just some news down here from the WA bench. Alex Brown's going back and forward trying to get his leg warmed up and get back into the game, but he's just giving me the shake of the head. I don't know if we're going to be seeing much more of him today. He's definitely trying to get back on, but I wouldn't hold my breath.
Is it his knee, Timmy?
Yeah, he's certainly his knee. He's strapped up. He's certainly hopping around a little ginger at the moment.
Yeah, as Victoria just go about their work here. Pius just sucking off that one. Down to Lawson. Lawson kicks it down there to Gibbo. Gibbo going about his work. He's got a bit of space inside here. Benji coming for the double. Pius not really ready for that one. But moving the ball around, and WA's intensity in their defence at the moment is great.
Yeah, they're recovering quickly.
As we see Sammy Koswara down in the defence as well. One of those younger players for WA. Goddard.
Here we go, bit of room here.
Oh, good looking.
Good D.
Look at the double come, though. Benji came with the double, and another one there from Sparksy. Ground ball to be won here. Messi, just coming through. Who's going to pick the ground ball up? There we go, great pick up. What a great save.
What a save.
That was an outstanding save by the Aussie Sharks keeper. What we're going to do, we'll probably get a flag throw in here. No,
he went back in. They're going to call back in the circle, I think.
I think there was one on the outer side here for an advantage, for a push. I think that'll be equal.
Here we go on the replay.
What a save. Oh.
That was insane.
There you go, rest of the world. If you are sitting here watching the ALN live stream of that, that's what you've got to come to shoot against.
I was going to say, look out, Netanya. The Ryan Spark is coming for you.
He had absolutely no right to get anything on that. And that was an amazing save. Yeah. Watch out, rest of the world. You think you're going to get past these Aussie Shark boys in the cage.
Bit of confusion down there at ground level, though, but obviously Dave Campbell and Steve McRae have gotten their hands together, and they've obviously deemed Victoria in the crease, so Western Australia are going to get a bit of a reprieve here.
Yeah, well, we saw Victoria go into the crease there, but also there was a push late here on Muxlow on the replay, and either way it was going towards WA, but they're game-winning things, aren't they? That save like that, I thought we might have learnt from the sun there last time, but Bill comes down the outside. We've got an overlap here to another longie. Kicks it inside. Plenty of pressure.
Good pressure.
Look at that. Pressure. If he gets out of this, he might go to the cage.
Oh, he's got 2 free on the left here.
Oh, great work. But what about the pressure from Victoria?
Timeout called.
And a great timeout called there.
Very tactical.
By WA while he was on the ground. Fantastic coaching there. And it really does call a timeout at the right time, Nathan Rainey. And save the ball from turning over, and he will keep offense. But, I tell you.
Gee, the Victorian bench are seething over there. They don't think that they were able to call that timeout, but the umpires certainly, referees were certainly happy with what they saw. But
yeah, absolutely.
Greg Rollison's still giving it to him.
Yeah, but Greg will give it to you. Yeah. And these boys are big enough. They got big enough shoulders that they'll just rub it off. You might see Dave Campbell with just a little finger to the lips in a minute, just saying, okay, Greg, you go, gotcha. I can hear you. And, but look, the pressure there from the Victorians once they actually, WA got it out. Geez, they were all over them.
Yep, wearing them like a glove.
That was a tight-fitting glove, I can tell you. I think that's 2 sizes too small, that glove. And it's setting up here, but WA just with a great quarter out to a 7-5 lead. And we haven't had a score here from Victoria in this quarter, with the 9 minutes and 16 seconds to go.
Yeah, they'll be looking to regroup, and as you said, they wouldn't panic at this stage, but they'll want to certainly keep in touch with WA.
And down to Tim.
Yeah, mate, Nathan Rainey, just a very short message to his boys. 2 words, discipline and intensity. Don't stop. That's all he said to his boys. They are fired up over there on the black and gold side of the ledger at the moment.
Look, you can see that. As I said, their intensity when they're in defence, those doubles are coming hard, and they really haven't got much time to get their hands free if they're going to try and draw a player and back into them. And but just as impressive, the Victorian defence then were right over them as Kennedy goes about his work up the top. Great pick, but great double.
He's got himself.
Great double again, and a great save there from Aaron. And that's going to go to Tommy Graham, picks that up. Great pick up there from Graham. He won't mind working on this shorty here.
Both sides are going to have to be smarter with their shots. That ball, they're dropping that side channel down and dropping it from side on. The ball's not kicking up off the deck at the moment, so the goalkeepers are able to get down. They're going to want to start to change their shot angles if they want to get some lift.
Walker over to Panting.
He's
Panting.
a big unit.
A big unit, isn't he? Look at him get in there. And Aaron again, that's probably, as you were saying, Tim, that's the same shot that they've just thrown before, and Victoria will pick the ball up. Oh, nearly picked off, and Victoria might be off here. They've got a long stick with them coming down here in Millsop. But
oh, here we go. Oh, he's
hit him with the ball.
Drop the ball.
And look at Sparksy. Get that out of my end, will you? Just go down there. Come on, boys. You keep it down there. Good little touch there. Or might be a loose ball. No, keep him playing. And someone's lying on it. I think they may just be having a cuddle over there.
I think that was Morrison there for Victoria. Maybe spent it before he really should have.
And given the pressure that the WA defence has done, I'd be spending it too.
I think they caught a push there on the far side, which is giving the ball back. While the ball was loose, it's giving WA the ball back.
Okay, loose ball push there. That's what we saw up here. And Evangelo just kicking it down. WA with plenty of possession here. This is one. Panting will like that. Oh, that's far too easy getting past. That opens up other players. But WA was subbing then. Goddard was coming on, so got past a bit easy then.
Yeah, drew his defender out and then slipped inside.
So they'll be looking at that matchup again, I think. They'll be saying, look, can you lock him off, please? As the shorty Panting just comes up, looks inside. That'll be a moving pick. And, Evangelo gives a little bit back, but that was definitely moving. And a great call there. Millsop with the ball. Kicks it over to Sean Aaron. You got Plummy just running the outside here. Evangelo going with him. And Aaron kicking it over to Millsop. And there's some calm over the ground. We'll take a breath. You can hear instructions being called everywhere here. And WA again, not giving anyone more than a metre. Across the field, Plummy just, there one opens up. There it is. And no. Yeah, got him Crossy, but under
again,
pressure.
Under pressure.
That might be a high. That might be a hold there as well. There's two flags gone. Quas sets down, opens up. Oh, watch that back there. I wouldn't be standing back there, kids. I think I might move that, or at least be watching the play, because that one might leave a bruise.
We might get a janitor down here, boys. There is laundry littered all over this field here, as David, as the 2 days get together to figure it out.
Okay, double hold there on Goddard. A hold and a hold, which equals a hug in our commentary.
Big chance for the Vics to claw one back here.
You South Australians are a weird bunch.
Mate, we were watching flag height, but, but that one had some razzle-dazzle on that shot, though. And Victoria really looking at getting one back here. The score is only 7-5, and they're in a man-up opportunity if they could. But just dropping there, they haven't had much offense of late. And Ratch just going bang. And
big save.
Not past Sparksy. Sparksy's been outstanding. And there's the bomb. Oh, look at that. Into free space. Great outlet.
Great outlet, as it turns out.
That'll open up here. WA have numbers if those two longies kept going. But not to be. And they're just going to run out these 2:30 penalties. Muxlow with plenty of experience at this level. And WA will just kick it to Kennedy, who will kick it down the field. And really, really good clear. That reminded me of something that North Melbourne used to do. That was the old Pagans paddock right there.
The Hail Mary.
And Wayne Carey used to come onto them, but what a great outlet from Sparks after a fantastic save. And he's certainly really standing up for his WA side here.
Yeah, it has to be something special from that range to beat him.
His last couple of saves have been absolutely outstanding, and he's pushing his name up here for that MVP spot right now.
Yeah, certainly both goalkeepers standing tall.
And again, all looks good for our attack at the World Championships for Australia with those two guys in the cage. And Graham, he's been blowing past and having shots here. Just pushes off, little flick out. Just kicks it back. Mitchell flicks to Mitchell. Sorry, flick that to Mitchell. Who kicks it down here? Is that Jesse Bowen? No,
no.
Oh, sorry. I thought Jesse was on that scale of ball. I had to think twice about that. But Victoria with the back up there and the shot just going wide. So Victoria will bring it back in. And it feels like WA have been really dominant in the last bit. But obviously a 3-0 quarter here. We've got 3 minutes and 30 to go. And there's some fantastic lacrosse being played. But every time Victoria run down, they run into someone, don't they?
Yeah, WA piling on the pressure as the Vics are trying to clear it, that's for sure.
So McKinnon just getting a rest here to Lawson. Lawson kicking it down to Gibbo. And Gibbo down to Ardossi, who kicks it back to Gibbo.
Just a note here on the 3 officials, boys. Talking about Netanya, these 3 officials, of course, are all being selected to go to Netanya as well. A few of them tuning in as well. John O'Kiplocks and Bogger and a few of those boys. So just wanted to wish all the referees heading to Netanya as well a tremendous tournament for all of them.
Yeah, Jono and Boggo do Australia proud, mate, and get that flag height really high for us. So great referees in their own right, and we wish them all the best over in Netanya as Victoria go about their business. And Pius, nice little spin move, just opens up, but
here we go.
The backside. And here's Lawson. Lawson looking up. The ball's gone straight up in the air, and it's gone straight to the Victorian stick there in Gibbo. And sometimes if they start falling your way, things start happening. Plummy's just questioning what is happening with the hands out stretched there. And you're hearing who's the one. Pius looking down the bottom corner. Gibbo with the ball. Gibbo looking up. Kicks it to Lawson. Lawson had the last shot
Plummy might have a dodge here.
Plummy on Muxlow. Muxlow wouldn't mind this. And he just gets in. Plum, yeah, good defense from WA. Great. Just missed the cut down there from Ardossi. And there's a fight on here for the ball. Who's going to pick up that
crucial
ground ball?
Crucial
ground ball. And just might be off. Just stepped out as he grabbed that then. Timmy just stepping out. And Walker not happy with that call. But the umpire was right on the scene there.
Again, WA sending the slide early, putting the pressure on.
Yeah, look, their defensive pressure in this quarter has been outstanding, and you know they haven't given Victoria anything as Melsop comes in and just says, "All right, Plummy, while you're over there, I'll pop into attack." So Plummy kicks it down to Ardossi. Ardossi, who kicks it out there to Alexander Pike, and as a little bit of calm goes over here. Lawson popping up the top. Lawson with the ball here. Got Beal on him. Kicks down to Plum. Back to Lawson. I think he's going to go. Great look inside. That is a great feed, but another great save. That came off the foot of Sparks, but what a great little flick there and play there.
Nice little two-man play at the top there. Fantastic.
And if it works once, why not give it a crack again?
Here we go on the corner.
Look at the doubles there. There's plenty of Victorians moving.
Campbell McKinnon put on a bit of a late show against WA last time, I think. So
and young Cozzy there, picking him up, but switched off on that one and swapped it up as we have Pike with the ball here.
Back up top to McKinnon.
And McKinnon seeing plenty of minutes in this game. Plum with that last opportunity. He's got Tommy Graham guarding him, who kicks it down to Lawson. Lawson loves driving on this corner and flicking that one, and a great back up there from Plummy. But, you know, getting shots off, but they're not quality shots.
Yeah, that's right. As we were just saying before, WA putting on a lot of pressure. Good defence.
And while there's a lot of scoring or shots happening, Plum just going one way, the other way, and looks inside. What a great move from Plum.
Inside roll.
A fantastic individual effort there from Plum. Just beating 3 defenders, pops himself inside, and not much goalies can do when they get that close.
Look at the tiptoes of the crease line.
Oh, mate, I tell you what, I think our early commentator, Haley Stefanos, would be thrilled with that one. He just missed one in Japan where I think the goalie got a piece of it, but that one was all air Plum.
Hey, if that is the start of his campaign towards Netanya right now, we are excited to see what he brings over in the World Championships.
Mate, there is no one better at that in the country than Chris Plum.
And better than that, Victoria will be happy because we're back to a 7-6 game. And just as we speak, we get one out of the middle there by Clarkey.
Oh, here we go.
Clarkey looks down with a great little pick off. What a pick off there. Fantastic from Dennis. And just kicks it back to Spark. And Victoria may have a little bit of... And oh, there we go. That snuck up on me. The three-quarter time break here. And the game, just like the women's game before, is set up for an outstanding last quarter. Western Australia 7, Victoria 6. And we'll just shoot here to some highlights of the third quarter. And everyone on the ALM, we hope you're enjoying our coverage of this 2018 ALA National Championships. We've had some fantastic games here, and it's great to be able to live stream 3 games to you. And as we come and see some highlights here from the game, there's been plenty of biffo, or not biffo, but plenty of rough and tumble, hasn't there? No one giving an inch.
That's what we like to see.
And you know what, at the end of a national championship, so there's been some great saves from the keepers, and none better than down the WA end at the moment. Sparksy's been eating it up, and hopefully we'll have that one-handed one here where he just was so out of position, and good little finish there as Walker just sneaks that one through Sean Aaron. And Sean Aaron wore a little bit of pressure there in that quarter at points, and WA putting on 3 goals. But is this the one? No, that's the one that just flicked up to Sparks. That one-handed save from Sparks in that, and if you get to watch the the replay of this, that
there
one there, hello, what great camera work there by the guys to pick that up. That is one of the best saves you will see, and the clear out of that was absolutely spot on, wasn't it, Brett?
Unbelievable.
And just sending a few shots there. Plenty of shots in this game. That one going wide, but it sets up for a wonderful last quarter. And we'll just go through the highlights, through the scores there and the match stats here, Brett. Quickly.
So for Victoria, 6 goals, all individual scorers. We've got Ardossi, Hyde, Quass, Plum, McKinnon and Gibson all with a goal each. And for WA, we've got Gillespie with 1, Kale with 2, Graham with 1, Evangelo 2, and Walker with a single.
All right, that's the way the scores sit here. And Impact Lax, get about it. And if you want to know more about Impact Lax, get on their website, www Lacrosse Australia. And here we go. Sorry to interrupt that. We're back to the real stuff. And Jesse
gets the ball out.
And a great from Millsop. Nice little check there.
Again,
look at the pressure. Look at the pressure there. But what a great outlet to Sean Aaron. Sean Aaron looking up the field. Nice outlet again there. Just hitting Lachlan Russell on the outside, but pressure on. And Victoria will bring it in, and they'll be looking to put early scoreboard pressure on. And Timmy Kennedy, what did you get out of that three-quarter time break, mate?
Well, Greg Mullis is still pleading a lot of the same message there, really pleading patience with these boys, just emphasising them that they've got to persevere with their systems, that they've worked for them all week, and to absolutely trust them. The West Australian side of the coin, look, they're obviously fired up. It's much of the same as you'd expect, obviously digging deep and working together. And as Nathan eloquently put it, he said the focus this quarter is going to be to score more goals than the team in blue.
And Ratch, he won't mind moving off there. Oh, that one's just gone to the right.
I reckon that might shave the coat of paint off the off the bar there.
I reckon if you smelt that bar, then you might have just about smelled a little bit of rubber. And Ratch will be looking to do that. Ratch has the ability to turn a game, as does this man. And that's why he is the co-captain of Australia. And Victoria will be looking forward. Nice little flick there. Working that two-man game behind. Looks high. There's
another shot over the bar.
And there's a shot high from Gibbo.
Victoria seem to fancy the back corners at the moment.
Yeah, they're looking to do their best work through the back corners. And but Plummy was all over that. He knew what was happening. They're sitting in a 2-2-2 here, and they've got a 2-2-2 wide. These 45s for these 2-2-2s seem to just pop down to those bottom corners, and guys are doing a fair bit of work. No, we've got some movement here.
Here we go.
And there we go. Plummy likes what he sees. Gets inside.
Oh,
and
yeah, top corner.
That's the way Victoria want to start this quarter, with a big bomb to Plum. And that brings the score back to 7-all. And
it's game on.
Victoria would be really happy with that one. And Plummy just starting to assert his authority with the last 2 goals for Victoria. And 7-all early in the last quarter. can't get much better than that in a big game like this.
Got a step on his man, and that time, one of the rare times WA didn't send a slide, and he just walked into the crease and stuck it in the corner.
So face-off becomes pivotal right now as we're working it out. WA with this ball, just flicking out. Which way's the ball gonna roll? Because
this
often
is
in
crucial,
these
this ground ball.
situations, what a ground ball there. Fantastic ground ball from Salter. Salter kicks
here
down.
we go.
There's the man. Hello.
Stuffs him.
There we go. Watching the rest of the world. But the outlet here, it could come back with interest. No. Walker
Sean
just says,
Aaron
okay.
standing tall. And
okay, boys, let's just calm this down. And Evangelo, that was a cracking shot. And Aaron just going, whew. I'm glad I got that one, but the outlet wasn't fantastic. And Matty Diver with the ball.
He's going to have a crack here.
And coming down, he's running in. Oh, good little one crossover here. Just faking a shoot. Evangelo, if he lets his hands free and he gets inside that second women's fan, he won't mind a crack. Walker, plenty of movement from WA off the boards here.
Yeah.
Over the big man panning. He likes what he sees. Good step. Oh, a bit of a push, but that one's going to be waved away.
Thought he was
Matty
gonna...
Diver.
here we go.
Here it is. That's the one
corner.
he wants. A diver. Looks up. Kids, watch out there. That's the second one. That has gone past his nose. He would have smelt the rubber after it hit the bar there.
That rocked the bar.
That's the second time the kids down the back there have been standing, and I'd be moving from that spot with some of these bombs that are being let go at the moment. And you just see this one go right past the nose. Yep, lucky. As left-hand shot coming down the other side. And we've got a WA ball.
I think Diver just firing it wide there.
So WA not happy with Victoria getting back on the terms here.
And look, we've seen before, if Victoria can put a bit of pressure on the scoreboard, WA do sometimes feel the pressure.
Walker to Evangelo, kicking it down the bottom, kicking it out to Panning. There's a flag being called here. Look inside, just didn't get the ball on the stick. Might have been a little bit of, as we listen to Dave Campbell here. Okay, just a 30-second technical, Timmy.
Yeah, push there, push by Caleb Hall.
So Dave Campbell all over it and over everything today he has been. So WA in a man-up opportunity as they start this opportunity. Tommy Graham down there, Evangelo, kicking it over to Kennedy.
Big chance for WA to get their noses in front here. And here we go with a shot.
Oh, there's one. I'm going to say that come off the foot. I know it probably come off the bar, but he had his foot in the right spot. He may have just kicked it up onto the bar, but a great shot there. And Kennedy, as the penalty's about to be released, WA wouldn't mind another shot here. Kicks it back, opens up that side. Look.
Here we go.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, nice.
Bang, and Tommy Graham loves his work.
Just over the top of the right shoulder.
Sean Aaron didn't see anything of that. And Tommy Graham with a big fist pump. Really loved the work there, and he's put WA back to a one-goal lead with about 5 minutes gone in this last quarter. And is this going to ebb and flow all day like this, just like the women's game? Because we have had absolutely a smorgasbord of amazing lacrosse today.
Yeah, it's great to see so many people tuning in as well, fellas. Of course, plenty of action on our Facebook page and also people tagging us in our Instagram. Thank you very much to Fat George the Bulldog, tagging us in there, watching his Uncle Campbell McKinnon having a bit of a run around. So tag us, share us, and let's get as many people watching this great game as we can.
Yeah, you cannot get better than this game, as we've got a legal procedure there on Victoria in the face, and we get a few of them these days. And WA will bring it into attack. After Tommy Graham's last shot, he'd be cock a hoot to have another one. Kicks it down to Walker, who just kicks it up to the man we just mentioned, Graham. So you can hear him move your feet, move your feet, move your feet.
Gillespie on the back there.
Gillespie on the back corner there, who just kicks it up there to Kale. Kale's been doing a power of work.
Two-man game here.
Kale's been doing a power of work. So's Walker and Evangelo. He's let some things go. If he can release his hands, he doesn't mind letting one go. Just flicks it up to Graham. Graham kicking it up.
What I'm liking about WA is the movement.
Yeah, look at the double. If he kicks it this side, he may have another pop here. Looks inside. Great roll. Goddard. Goddard did that to SA yesterday. Just popped up with 3 in the last quarter to really extend that. And Goddard just missing to the right-hand side. But WA with the backup. And Tommy Graham will bring it back in. And he doesn't mind it right now, Tom Graham. He's got up and about. And what? Oh, just... And there's a flag being
what
thrown
are they called
here.
there?
Let's listen to this one.
So it's an unnecessary roughness call there, guys. Possibly something off of a pick. Maybe perhaps dropping his head and running through a pick off the ball. Just a quick guess, though. But that's generally what those sorts of infringements are used for.
Okay, so Plummy will find himself in the bin for 1 minute. And WA, well, what an opportunity here for WA with a really tight game here with 12 and a half minutes to go in a man-up opportunity to just put a little bit more distance in this. And as the ball kicks up there, Kennedy kicking it back and a rip. Oh, another great save there, but the ball is loose. Really good save there by Aaron. And not afraid to have shots on this keeper. But Victoria know they've got a man in the box for a minute.
Yeah, very important. Clear
As
this one.
Quast just breaks up the field. Says, give me the ball. And Victoria now just holding up some time down there. And River Bradley, he'll be in no hurry to get the ball up the field just yet. Let's get this penalty out the way. And WA just setting up to push, but there's 7 seconds left on this penalty, so they're about to be released. And obviously WA sitting up here where that box is about to be released. And they're in no hurry. As
now they'll bring it upfield.
Sean Aaron starts to come up, and we're back to even. Sean Aaron out to River Bradley. And he's got Caleb Hall on his left, back to River Bradley. I think they'll probably end up trying to work this side here with the shorty. As great look up the field. What a great outlet there. Lawson doing some work. He came from back down goal line extended to get that one. Kicking it down low. Benji Muxlow, what a great interception nearly. Yeah, great effort from Muxlow. Got a really good knockdown, and that could have been very costly for Victoria. But coming off the stick, unfortunately, going out of bounds, and Victoria will have an opportunity to tie this one up.
A few members of the Victorian women's team could probably count themselves a little bit lucky they didn't wear Benji then.
Well, yeah, we won't go there. I know he's a good-looking man, Mr. Muxlow, and he's got a rig on him too because he works so hard. And I'm sure he will...
Plummy on the corner.
Again. Plummy!
Slots
Has
it in the
he
corner.
stood up for his team in the last little bit? That's 3 goals to Plum. And the last 3 goals for Victoria have come from that. And I know WA will be wanting to shut that one down coming off the back corner, but what a great little rip. And obviously Sparksy wouldn't have seen anything of that. Look at that. Didn't see anything, but what a great shot from Plum. And all the WA guys looking back there on our replay going, did that really go in?
Very unlike him. He hadn't troubled the goal scorers all tournament until today, and that's what captains do. Unbelievable second half from Chris Plum.
Yeah, as I said, he's just been waiting to unleash his magic, Chris Plum. And right now, the last 3 goals for Victoria. And we've got an 8-all ball game here, and with 10 minutes to go, as WA get the ball out. Salter again. He's been doing really well in the face-off.
Yeah,
Evangelo,
well.
there might have been a... No, okay. Thought there might have been an interference call there, but
yeah,
you know what? Keep it playing. We don't want the soft ones, do we, Howler?
Let them settle it all even.
Nothing soft now. 10 minutes to go in the national final of the 2018 ALA Championships in the men's competition. We don't want to see anything soft out here.
That's it.
So Walker just kicking it back. Likes what he sees. Goddard just hanging in the middle there. Goddard obviously just started the rot with the South Australian guys yesterday. And he's probably looking. Here's Graham.
Oh,
yeah,
save.
Aaron just picks that up. Good pick up from Bradley. Oh, just pick. That might be in the crease, actually. Oh, he's... no, okay.
Yeah, no, there was definitely an in the crease call there, but the ball was loose at the time he touched, so Steve McRae had to play on and no penalty inflicted.
Perfect from... And Millsop coming down here, looking inside. No, just
Thought
beside
he was going
him.
to have ping one then.
Oh, Longies don't mind having a bit of a crack from there, do they, if they get that close?
That's right.
And really difficult to read for goalies with long sticks because they come from a different angle and different plane. And if you ask any goalie if they want a long stick shooting from probably inside those 2 women's fan, they will say, no, thank you very much. So Victoria just with the ball at the moment, just sending some subs on. Here comes Plum. I bet he finds himself down on that back corner just running past you there, Tim. And I'm sure he will want the ball. There it is. That might open up for him. Looks out, kicks the ball. Ratch looks inside. Oh, just missed the handle. Great recovery, though, as he kicks the ball up there, Marty Hyde. Really good recovery from Hyde. As Plum finds him in this position with a shorty on And they've just said, look, get out of the way, please. Plum's done this over and over, and the WA defence,
Lockie Walker.
they're ready for the double here, but no one rolling out the back. Looks inside, flag being thrown there.
They sent that double very early.
We've got a slash call.
Yeah, there was a contact to the head there in that check.
So Blair Bentley will find himself in the box for WA for 1 minute, and Victoria have an opportunity here to extend this lead which is currently tied to 9-8. And I'm sure Coach Morrison will breathe a sigh of relief if he can get a man-up opportunity here and put one away. As the ball just kicks around. Ratchie up the top.
There's a bit...
Just good ball movement here.
The crease is looking
they've
quite
left
open
it,
at the
they've left
moment.
the crease open a lot.
Yeah.
He may just suck out the back here. This is what but Ratchie kicking it over. There's an open shot, and there it is. There it is. And
Slot down low.
McKinnon just finding some open space, and he doesn't mind celebrating that one just quietly. Got in well, and he's given his team a bit of a how do we do. And Victoria will go to a 9-8 lead. And we've got a timeout actually on Victoria after that goal. So Greg Mollison liking what he sees and just getting the boys in and maybe just get that feeling around the group. And we've got a 9-8 game here.
Well, I know we got one Instagram follower, Big Al, Fat George, the Bulldog, would have loved that one from Uncle Campbell, that's for sure.
Yeah, that was a cracking little shot there. And that's put Victoria in the lead. We've got about just under 7 minutes, here. And WA just on the backside of it right now, 8-9. But what a absolutely fantastic game here, Howler. And it's only going to get better in the next 6 minutes and 55 seconds.
It certainly is. And again, it's going to be very interesting to see how WA react now that Victoria's got their noses in front.
As the guys just get their last little instructions, and Greg Mollison will be very happy that his team's just eked out a one-goal lead here. And WA, what do they respond with? Because I know that they'll be really happy the girls got over the line. They've got their home crowd here. I'm sure the home crowd will be up and about. And Timmy, what have you got?
Mate, Nate not happy with his defence at the moment, certainly emphasising the fact that they need to stay out of the penalty box, but really get their topside defence in order. At the moment, thinks they're a little bit rattled perhaps, and they need to really get their composure back and stick to their structures. But as he said so eloquently, stay out of the box.
So Jesse Bowen Curtis there.
Big face
up against Nathan Bell. Bell wins. They're still in a man-up opportunity.
Great check.
Good check. Nice pick-up. But great
Benji with the check
down
again.
the back there by the big defender from Victoria, Gloutney. And penalty about to be released. And penalty is released now. So they will be even on the field as Kennedy just busts onto there to be... get down the back. Plum just rolling on. I don't know. I reckon Plum. Ratch. You don't want to leave Ratch. Great check from Muxlow. Muxlow all over him, but they've slid really hard and kicks it over. Oh, great outlet. Is that the man?
The unlikely.
Jesse Bowen Curtis, don't do that. And Jesse Bowen Curtis will not be happy with that. What a great interception. Just saw the Victorian player on the bottom and Sparksy, he'll just be going, what are we doing?
Peter Quass with a very cool finish there.
Really good finish there from Quass, inside, outside. But, Sparksy came out and Quass, look at that. Little bit of the lawnmower right
shake
there.
And bake and threw a few fakes on top.
And Victoria, with 5.5 minutes to go, sneak out to a 10-8 lead. And...
that's probably what Nathan was concerned about most, and he really emphasised his defence, really maintaining their composure. Probably lost it there for a second and paid a fantastically big price.
And Victoria just starting to get on a roll here. Clarkey with the ball and just decides to settle it out a little as we have some subs coming on here.
The Vics might chew a bit of clock here.
So we've got Bramwell coming on and currently with the ball whole. And one of the last goal scorers there, McKinnon, just rolling onto the field. He wouldn't mind getting another opportunity from down there. And Victoria just starting to assert some authority here. WA's pressure that they had early in that third maybe just gave it up. And we've just been given the 5-minute warning there.
WA have to come and get the ball now, don't they?
Yep. Look, great check. Again, just put him on the back foot, but really good work down the back there by Lawson. He knows what he's doing.
Time and
Stepped
room.
out. Oh, there's one. Great save there.
Was that the pipe again?
No, that
that was all Ryan Spark, that 100% Sparky.
Beautiful.
That was all stick as we kick down the WA kicking down. He's keeping going. Long stick. He's got him inside. Didn't use him. Just taking the ball to X under plenty of pressure from the Victorian defender. But what a great save there from Sparks. And if he hasn't been earmarked for the MVP,
he's got to go close.
He's got to go very close because that was a big-time save at a big-time moment with 4 minutes to go here in this last quarter. Victoria over WA, 2 goals to the advantage of Victoria. And
Rocky Walker with the ball at the top. Now
Gillespie just coming on. Walker's there, sort of playing a 2-2-2. They've got an I formation here. Just kicking up. Good movement by WA. Walker down the side, just stepping one way and the other way, but what great defence.
Solid.
Great defence there from River Bradley. And WA looking for a shot and, yeah, coming up against the long stick. They'd like to be utilising the short sticks here, doing a fair bit of work. No time to panic for WA. Still plenty of time on the clock with 3 minutes. This is a man mountain over Pius, and he's going to draw a slide every time he comes. Just sitting on the backside. He looks right. Oh, nice back up there.
You're going to want to get a better shot than that on Aaron. Aaron's been sensational. That's probably a little bit too much at the moment for him.
Steps inside, looks, and whoosh. That's just gone wide to the right. Probably only by about 10 centimetres, but that's enough, and that had some heat on it. But Aaron was on that post already.
He doesn't mind letting
He
him
saw
rip.
that all the way, and it was sort of stick side high. So WA looking at putting one away here, giving the ball back to Walker. Walker looking to drive this corner. He's been good on that and looks up. Oh,
straight over
just
the top
over the
bar.
top. He doesn't mind that move where he comes round the corner and just leans into his man, sloughs off and lets one go. But that one was just a little bit high. 2.5 minutes to go in this game. Good pressure from Victoria. Yeah, look, that's not the sort of mindset you want from WA. We might have a loose ball push here. And I think we've got a loose ball push. I think they played advantage there for a little bit, but
yeah, definitely a play on. Steve McRae picked that up early and allowed him play on to see who sort of come up with the ball.
Now this is a matchup, but look at the Victorian guys just sitting in the back. Some of these little passes putting it under immense pressure.
Ooh.
Victoria all over it. Looks inside. Oh, just missing that one. Aaron out the cage, and Victoria picking up the ball.
Oh,
and here we
no.
go, River Bradley. So Victoria are going to bust down the field here, and great pace there.
They can afford to just hold it up.
Great pace there from Evangelo to get back. And Victoria, to be honest, will just be looking to hold the ball here.
Well, it's funny you say that, Coach Alan, assistant coach Alan Lure just communicating to Jim and Lawson while the ball at the other end there to go into their hold set. So really emphasising they need to hold possession here for a little while.
I should coach at some point, I think, Timmy.
I tell you, you should give it a try, Tone.
Monday. Anyway, Victoria just getting the ball up the top to Pike, who went, no, I'll leave it for Quassi. And Quassi just holding it out. And WA are going to have to push this ball here if there are any chance. It's coming down to the last minute. They'll obviously be tired, and maybe it's a bridge too far at the moment, but nothing gained, nothing ventured. And that's great. And that one's just pushed out. And here we go. So we might have a ball game on here. We've got just under a minute.
They'd want to slot one pretty quick, though.
Just under a minute.
Real shark back there, mate, with Muxlow and Beale both really hammering home in that corner.
Yeah, look, Muxlow and Beale have been really good today too with that defence for WA. Actually, the WA defence as a whole for a lot of time there, the pressure they were bringing to the Victorian offence. But, you know, it's a lot of pressure to put on them. And, you know, at some point they've got to have a rest. But,
it's tough to keep that pressure on all day. And as we saw, they had that little lapse in a 5-minute period where Victoria just rolled over the top.
Yeah, and so we've just got under a minute here, the timeout being called. And WA are going to need 2 goals in this period. They'll obviously start with the ball down in their defensive end. But a good timeout call and allows them to settle and get a shorty on there that they're probably going to use. But they're going to have to move the ball pretty quickly, get a shot off, and then get back to the centre and win a fasty. And who knows what happens in Lacrosse, Brett. We've seen it before. You think you're done.
That's right. It's going to have to be something special to beat Sean Aaron, though.
And the fat lady hasn't sang yet. And we've got probably just under a minute here. And Timmy Kay, did you hear anything down there from any of those boys?
Yeah, mate. No, Nate Rainey was certainly emphasising the fact that they need to get two of their best poles down there on the corner there. It looks like the ball's going to be taken by Josh Ardossi. They're just trying to figure out who's going to be picking the ball up at the moment. Where are they starting it from?
Or did
I think, yeah, Josh Ardossi's going to be picking up the ball. I'm not sure what happened there. I mean, I think there might have either been a deflection off of a stick, or I think Victoria got a timeout out just in time.
Yeah, I'm sorry, our viewers there. From what I saw, I thought that ball went out, but great pressure. Look at that, great hold.
There's a flag coming
and
out.
He's coming out. And there we go. That's the nail in the coffin for WA. And Ardossi loves his work. Good hold out there, drew the flag. And that's a bridge too far now with probably about 40 seconds to go in this game.
Yeah, just to add salt to the wound, Brock Beale's about to be sent off as well for a minute on the slash there in the bottom corner.
Yeah, look, they obviously had to come out and put pressure, and they did a great job. But Ardossi with that immense pressure on him,
he was
rode that really well, didn't he?
Yeah, very good under pressure.
And obviously, Sparksy came out the cage too to lend a little bit of a hand, and he thought he might be there, and we've just seen the replay of that. Ardossi comes out, and yeah, look, that was a fantastic finish from Ardossi. And as I think the clock's about 40 seconds to go here, and Victoria have done a great job to put the pressure they have on to bring this game back into their ilk, and but you never know.
Well, they're doing what they did to the other day, a 6-1 run for them at the moment, so Victoria's certainly finishing full of legs.
And Muxlow, and when it's not going for you, it's not going for you, and it's just turned Victoria's way. Muxlow then not quite being able to catch up with that ball, and it's gone out of bounds, and Victoria will take the ball, and they'll just bring it down with Ratchie. And although Benji never given up.
Oh, he slipped.
Never given up. He's left some divots in this Wembley ground. He's probably given a few of those Wembley divots over the last few months with him being here with Wembley Lacrosse Club. And but the time is probably going to just ilk out here. And he likes it. And obviously Sparksy going out doing some running. All that Aussie training.
Clock just coming on, guys.
Here we go. Plummy looks up. He's not going to score that. And just making him run. I think they're happy to make him run. Plummy could have let that go a couple of times, but yeah, that's sportsmanship, to be honest. And WA out pushing well. And there we go. The 2018 ALA National Champions are Victoria. Victorious over WA, 11 goals to 8. And they had a fantastic last quarter, which really put them into the game. And what a great game of lacrosse here.
Fantastic game. Very good game indeed. WA pressure early, but it's hard to sustain that over 4 quarters, and Victoria just got out in front and then took it home.
And very jubilant, the Victorian team, as they should be. So those 2 finals today, one to WA in the girls and one to Victoria and the boys. So they've shared the spoils at the highest level, and but fantastic lacrosse all day today.
Yeah, very good. Very good. And I don't need to remind my co-commentators about the pre-game predictions, do I?
All right. And we'll shoot down very shortly, I think there. Timmy, got anything to say? I think we've got the winning coach down there as we just get ready. And Tim, what a great game of lacrosse on show here.
Oh, mate, look, that was a sensational game of lacrosse, wasn't it? Really Australian lacrosse at its finest, and it was so good to see so many... Obviously, I mean, the quality was always going to be really good with most of the Sharks out there, but, I mean, that was just an incredible exhibition of lacrosse. It just ebbed and flowed sensationally, and hats off to Victoria. And I'm just in the process at the moment of just tracking down a very, very, very happy Victorian coach, Greg Morrison. So, Greg, you're here. I'm with you now. Greg, congratulations, mate. How does that feel?
Oh, it's always a good feeling, Tim. Always. Thank you. It's really good.
Now, look, you're obviously down 7-5, needing a bit of a spark. It seemed a bit flat over here on the bench. How important was Chris Plum to you getting back into this game?
Look, Tim, Chris is a great leader, and you can tell he wants to inspire people by his actions, not by anything else. And he does that. He does it very, very well, which is why he's an Australian captain.
Look, you emphasised patience throughout the game. You kept telling your boys, stick to the plans, just be patient, break them down. Just how proud of you, I think that came to the fore really critically in that last quarter, just how proud of your boys in terms of their ability to stick to your plans.
Yeah, pretty proud. Like, discipline's always a big part of any win, and you've got to stay in control, be composed, and concentrate on what we need to do.
And just for the people back home in Victoria, they've had some huge viewership on this one. So what's your message for everyone back home?
Enjoy the celebration.
Thanks, guys. We'll throw back to you, and I'll try and hunt down another Victorian to talk to.
All right, fantastic, and love Timmy's work down there. And thanks, Molly, for giving up your time again. Very happy coach down there. And you could see just behind that howler, the boys were celebrating quite hard. And that's 3 in a row for Victoria now.
Yeah, look, they've done pretty well in the last 3 years. Pretty strong side, and a lot of these guys played together through 3 of those. So no wonder they've managed to pull out another one.
But WA can hold their heads high this week. They've had an outstanding tournament as well with the men's lacrosse side, and while they'll be feeling bitterly disappointed now to have let that go, you know, there's some great signs for one WA lacrosse and Australian lacrosse right there going into a World Series.
Well, they gave them a red-hot go, didn't they? And
they did.
Early on, had their noses in front, but as I said, you know, it's hard to sustain over 4 quarters that much pressure.
Yeah, look, I'm going to say there were no losers here today. Lacrosse was the winner, and what a fantastic event put on by the Wembley Lacrosse Club for these ALA national champions, and we're really proud to be able to bring it to you on ALN, and I hope you've really enjoyed the coverage. We've loved bringing it to you, and we're going to go down very shortly, and I think Timmy's going to rove around down there and get hold of someone before we go into the MVP. Boys still shaking hands out. Look at that. Plummy enjoying that. Just getting up on Aaron's back. Looked more like an AFL player. I didn't realise he had that much of a leap.
And look, that 2 or 3 goal run that Plummy went on, that really did set up the VICs, didn't it, for the win?
Yeah. And look, both goalies were huge today.
Yeah, immense, actually. Made some critical saves for their teams.
And Haley just down there giving Plummy a bit of a hug as the trophies come out and about. And it's fantastic to be bringing this to you. Victoria obviously over the moon with that win, and look, they fought hard. That was a hard game today.
Very hard game, very hard game. And who's your tip for MVP of the game?
Oh, look, I'm going both goalies.
Actually, pretty good call, I think.
You know what? I think both goalies were outstanding today. While there was a lot of work done in between, there were pivotal moments that Sean Aaron and Ryan Sparks stood up, and you know, going into the Worlds with those 2 guys in the cage, you wouldn't be disappointed with having those as your netminders.
You'd have to say Sparksy for save of the tournament.
Yeah. Oh, save of the year, save of the last decade. That was great.
Oh, hilarious subplot on that. Sean Aaron is staying with Ryan Sparks throughout this tournament, so you know there'll be some debate over that tonight. They could both lay claim to probably best save, but mate, how good were the both of them?
Oh, mate. As I said, and we'll just head downstairs.
For the men's final game. So I'd like to call the coaches from WA and Victoria forward to present their MVPs.
We're just about to head downstairs to the presentations. Coach Nath Rainey.
Can't swear now. Yeah, firstly, Victoria, yeah, fantastic game, and I think, I think the spirit was really good. Intensity. Yeah, we both had our opportunities. I think, without preempting Victoria's trophy, but both goalies were exceptional today. So our best today was Sparkle Pants. I did back to front.
We seem to change up the process a little bit. Victorian MVP was Sean Aaron. While I've got it, I'd like to thank Wembley for the hosting, the officials, and of course Western Australia for the game. Good, great championship. Thank you.
And as the presentations for the MVPs wrap up down there, I got them right, Howler.
Yeah, look.
All right, we'll move on. We're going to present the other awards. But first off, I'd like to welcome the ALA directors, President and Director of Growth and Development, Mike Slattery. Vice President and Director of Administration, Vivian Parker-White. Director of Competition, Jan Jackson. Director of High Performance, Paul Mollison. Director of Coaching, Glenn Morley. Director of Officiating, Mark Polden. And Director of Marketing and Communications, Andrew Harris. From my personal respect here from the Wembley Lacrosse Club, I'd just like to thank all the players that have participated in the last 4 days from all the teams. We've had pretty good weather. We've been pretty lucky. We had a few showers on the first morning and a bit this morning, but I think all in all it's been a pretty good job. I'd like to thank my committee, Mandy Plummer, Gary Brown, Jeff White. We've had quite a few meetings to get this thing up and running. To all our volunteers that have put in their time over the last 4 days, again, thank you very much. There's too many to mention at the moment, but I will mention one group from the Alkimos Lacrosse Club. The club's just been formed 1 year. The boys came down or girls came down and helped us out. So thank you to Alkimos. Well done. All right, we'll start with the gold medal match officials. Mark Podlin to present these awards.
Thank you, everyone. It was a great game, and throughout the week, this weekend, we've had some really good officiating to facilitate these really great games. To bring these officials to you, we've Suzanne Kirkby has been the umpire in charge for the women's games, and Dennis Mulroney for the men's. So I'd like to invite them both to come up here and to help present with the trophies. Dennis, where are you? Suzanne? All right, well, here we have Dennis. Now, our officials for the game you've just had, we've had the head referee, who was the best McRae referee I've ever seen, which is David McRae. Well done. I'll stop trotting out that joke. Referee 1 was David Campbell. Steve McRae. Our chief bench official, Kim Panton. And our bench manager, Steve Green. Now all of these guys are going to Netanya, Israel, to officiate, and I wish them all the very best in their endeavours. Suzanne, are you here? Suzanne's been busy organising, getting the umpires to the games and ensuring that her technical people were guiding them to do the best they can throughout the tournament. The charge official for the main game for the women's was Tammy Varga. Next umpire was Kelly Morley. I think you might know her. Umpire from Victoria was Amy Basil. And on the bench, Rochelle Cox. Thank you very much.
Right, at this point, we'd like to call Jan Jackson to come forward to present the tournament winner for the women's event, which is the Mary Pickett Trophy. Jan, to present. What, no, for the women's?
I'd like to call the captains from Victoria to accept the Mary Pickett Tournament Trophy, please.
All right, I'd like to call Mike Slattery to come forward and then start presenting for the women's first.
What the championship? What the medal?
Call the captains out, yeah, and they'll call up their players.
Okay. Could we have the captains from the WA women's team come up, please? Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations. If you would introduce yourself, we'll give you the medals and then we'll ask you to introduce your team that follows, please. Okay?
I'm Elizabeth Hinks, and this is Jessica Kennedy. Next we have Rhiannon Panty, Tegan Brown, Hannah May Brown, Bailey Rose Keenan, Olivia Robinson, Carlin Blair, Courtney Ackland, Libby Blair, Madison Copeland, Emily Wills, Chloe Tatlow, Tammy West, Julie Ames, Alana McKinley. And then we have our coaching staff. We have Pat Blair, head coach Travis Roost, and then Liz Shields.
Thank you. If you hop in a line, we'll get you all photographed and scanned. Ladies and gentlemen, can we please have a round of applause for a championship team and a really top champion game and a very hard-fought display of women's lacrosse. Well, I thought they were going to get picked up next, but...
Yes, they are. According to Mark. Mark the Hope.
Oh, I think he's doing a lot of this on the right. Okay, could the captains from WA please come up and accept the Joy Parker trophy from Vivian Parker White, please? Hold on. Yep.
I just want to have say a quick thank you to Wembley Lacrosse Club for hosting this magnificent Nationals. Thanks for making it not rain for our games as well. Thank you very much to Victoria, to New South Wales Queensland All-Star team and the presidents for competing all week. And yeah, to everyone who's helped out this weekend, we've really appreciated it. It was a very incredible tournament, so thank you very much.
Well said. Thank you. Jan, could I now ask the captains from the men's Victorian team, please, to come up? Well done. Well done. Right. I'll give it to you, Chris, and you can introduce your co-captains and then the team, please.
Sean Aaron, and Sean Clark. And I'll just hand it over to my media guy.
Oh, how's it going? All right, so
Chris Plum, third captain. And we go from the top here. Let's go Chris Moffat, Nathan Bell, Aubrey Bonjoy, Al Glutene, Campbell McKinnon, Lachlan Russell, Caleb Hall, River Bradley, Josh Ardossi, Adam Dobson, Jason Bramall, Calzone Gibson, Jeff Melsop. Next one, we've got Marty Hyde, Peter Quass, James Lawrison, Alex Pike, Tim Ratchie, Coach Al Lua. We got team manager Sally Plum, team physio Jen Plum, and other coach Greg Mollison. Thanks for coming.
Thanks for coming. Yeah, boys.
Or should I say something? All right, while we got me, I'll get to the front. Big thanks to Wembley Lacrosse WA for putting on such a great tournament. Big congratulations to WA, SA, New South Wales, Queensland. It was a great week. Today just proved what the competition between the states has been over the last 3 years. It was great to see you in the granny today, and it's going to be continuing for the next few years as well. So thanks, guys, and see you later.
Thank you. Mark, before the photo, can we just ask the captains to come forward, please, and Viv will present the Garland McCarg trophy for the men's championship. Just let me close it off and then we're right. Yeah. Just as we close the National Championships off for 2018, please, I'd like on behalf of everyone to thank Wembley Lacrosse Club for a fantastic event that they've run so well. Thank you very much, everyone that was involved. Thanks. I'd also like to congratulate and thank the combined New South Wales-Queensland team. It's the first time we've had men's and women's in the seniors. I know they've got a lot of growth over the last 5 years and they're striving to get improvement in the times ahead. So I think the games were played very well, in good spirit, and we appreciate their competition. Similarly, from the ALA President's team, when unfortunately we didn't have a team from South Australia, the WA girls and VIC girls combined to put on a really good competition and improved immensely throughout the tournament. So thanks again, and formally we close the 2018 National Senior Championship. Thank you.
And thanks to Mike Slattery down there. We see the Victorian team. We might just go through a couple of stats while we're here. And for Victoria today, Drossi got 2, Marty Hyde got 1, Peter Quass with 2, Chris Plum with 3 and 1, and they were pivotal goals. River Bradley got a couple of penalties. I don't know how that one came up on here, but Campbell McKinnon with 2 and Cal Gibson with 1. And for Western Australia, we had Gillespie with 1, Cale with 2, Thomas Graham with 2, Evangelo with 2, Lachlan Walker with 1. And we'd like to, as everything's just wrapping up here, so that's how the game ended today. We would like to thank the Wembley Lacrosse Club, and on behalf of the Australian Lacrosse Network, we've had an absolute ball bringing these live games to you. Brett Howell, thank you very much for your contribution today and throughout the week for coaching South Australia, but especially for coming on board with the ALN and giving up your time throughout the week. So I really appreciate that.
Thanks for having me. Thank you very much.
Mr. Timmy Kennedy is fantastic down there on the boundary, and he's the face of the ALN. I am not the face of the ALN, but I've enjoyed my time here commentating for the ALN, and we're just going to shoot down to Timmy Kennedy.
Yeah, look, Tony, thank you very, very much to everybody that's been involved. It's been a massive week of production, of course. Massive shout out to everybody that stepped into the box to help us out at various times, of course. Linton Arscott in particular, Hayley Stefanos, and a whole host of others. Brett Howe, of course, fantastic job today as well. So thank you very much to all of our people who have jumped in and assisted. Of course, a massive thank you to you, Tony Watt. Done an amazing job covering all these games. It's no easy task. 7 games in 3 days, huge effort. You are the man. So thank you very much, Tony Watt. Of course, our unsung hero, our producer, Scotty Gill, done a sensational job as well, mate. The heart and soul of the ETP Red Wings. He does an amazing job here with the ALN. So a huge thank you to Scotty Gill. And of course, the quality of this production couldn't have happened at all without the fantastic effort of all the staff and students over at the North Metropolitan TAFE. We've been able, very, very, very fortunate, Jen Edwards in particular, for hooking this up as part of their learning modules to be able to come out here and put on live broadcasts. We are the very, very, very satisfied beneficiaries of that work. Hopefully we can get some other people around on board to bring you this sort of stuff all around the country. But Jen Edwards and North Metro TAFE, thank you very, very much. We love you guys so much, and the lacrosse community thanks you. So that's enough for me, guys. I'll throw it back to you, Tony, to finish off and sign off on a huge week of work.
Look, I think you've said everything there, Timmy, and on behalf of the ALN, we've loved everyone getting on board and getting on our live streams, and all we want to do is make lacrosse so much better in this country, and we're looking forward to the 2018 World Championships with the Australian men's Sharks team going away. Good luck to them. So on behalf of myself, Tony Watts, it has been a pleasure to bring the cross to you, and I'm going to sign off now, and well done to the champions today, the women's WA team and the men's Victorian team. God bless, stay safe, and we look forward to the next time we bring you live lacrosse on the ALN.